Today is Tuesday, November 4th, and you're listening to the Beer Temple Podcast.
Remember, this is what we wanted. Remember, this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again. Remember, this is what we wanted. Remember, this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again.
Hello, and welcome to the Beer Temple Podcast. I'm your co-host, Mike Shalau of Is Was Brewing, and I'm here with your other co-host, Chris Quinn of the Beer Temple. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good after that fade.
That was a good fade. One of your better fades.
One of the better. Although I tend to do pretty good on the early fades.
Then you get faded, and the fades get faded.
Yeah, the ending, the closing fade is really where that's where
you choke.
That's where things. Yeah, that's
you can't
where
finish the game out.
Yeah, that's where things are decided. Mm-hmm. So, well, but so far
Sounds
so
like
good.
The Phillies.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I guess
I was thinking
definitely not. They did choke at the end.
That's right.
I would say, or the Yankees, but they just got blown away the entire time.
They didn't get
really
blown away
choke.
the entire time. They went just as far as the Phillies did.
I don't know about that. It didn't seem. It seemed spiritually.
Just a couple losers.
Yeah.
Being sore losers to each other, making it worse.
How about that Game 7, though, huh?
It was quite a World Series.
Quite a World Series. It'll still be topical when this episode comes out, I'm sure.
I did lose my bet to Art History, and we had to put on one of their beers because Toronto beat the Yankees.
Right.
And then it took their distributor 10 full days to get the beer to us. And so there were about 2 games left of the World Series by the time we actually got the beer. So, you know.
What beer?
Gravitas.
Oh, that's a great beer.
Yeah, it was a really good beer.
So, I mean, you win.
We all win.
Yeah, everyone wins.
Except for the Yankees.
Yeah, no, I guess.
And the Phillies, and everyone but the Dodgers. Everyone.
Yeah, I meant in the beer drinking world, everybody wins.
That's right. I won this weekend, that's for sure. I was in Cleveland.
Yeah, why were you there?
My friend Carl and Lu Fong, Carl, who's been on this show, telling the story of how him and Lu Fong built the largest independent craft brewery in China, and then it was kind of stolen from them during COVID. But they have a Chinese restaurant, a modern Chinese restaurant in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland.
Cleveland Heights.
Yeah.
Is that anywhere near other heights in that area?
Other Heights?
Like more middle area.
Like
Heights.
Middle, like a burg or some sort.
Yeah, like a Middleburg Heights.
You know what?
Home of.
I made it near there. I did stop at Mecca. I made a sacrifice to the headhunters. And I stopped in there, had a couple beers very quickly.
Yeah.
Grabbed a couple 6-packs of Headhunter, a couple 4-packs of the wet hopped Headhunter.
Nice.
And they didn't have any new Fathead Standees, so I just went about my way.
What aren't those called fatheads? Wait,
Fatheads are the ones you stick on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
What if they had fatheads?
I'm sure at some point they have had those, right?
Yeah, probably. Like a oversized decal of a fathead.
Yeah,
guy.
probably during the lawsuit where one of them sued the other one for trademark infringement.
Yeah. Who they claim that guy does not have a name, which I think you and I off air have decided pretty definitively that can't be true.
Yeah,
and
he's
that
got
the
a
name just has to be not fit for public consumption.
Because
it's like Lardy or something.
They call him something.
Or like fat ass.
Which is, we should be saying, right now we're recording November 4th.
I was going to get to that, yeah.
Our friend Tom Beckman is hosting the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's tapping
Mr. Matt Cole.
Yeah, Matt
right
Cole.
now.
Right now. It's probably literally hitting the tap into the bung of the Baltic Porter cask.
He asked me to be there, and I think almost like, I don't know if it was like a co-tapping thing, but to be part of that to be part of it.
He did not ask me.
And he offered to have us record the podcast there, to do all of that.
Yeah.
And
So we're not.
I appreciated the offer, but we It sucked. We couldn't.
We're not there, but Tom assured me he was going to ask how the rebrand is going.
Man, just gotta dig ourselves out. Yeah, dig up. So that's cool. That they're doing a collaboration, and Tom says the only reason he knows about them is because of this show. So there you go.
Did he say that?
Something like that.
Okay, something like that.
Something to that effect. He wanted us there because they're in touch because of this show somehow.
Got it.
Yeah, something like that. You know how I am with having the exact words, right?
You know, do you think if he made that call out to these like dream collaboration breweries, if any of those
Matt
actually,
Cole did,
yeah, if any of those actually happen,
Matt Cole of Fatheads.
How much credit do we get?
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did not say Goldfinger though.
Probably thought it.
Definitely thought it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's happening right now, but we're here. You brought some Fatheads.
I did bring some
will
Fatheads.
be.
It's not cold.
Drinking
I
that.
didn't think about that.
We have a rapid chiller.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got to chill it down.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Make them cold IPAs.
So that should be fun. We have a panel here, so we should probably. Yeah. Oh, did you have any other beers at Fatheads that you enjoyed?
I had one Headhunter and I had one Wet Hopped Headhunter, and I enjoyed them both very much.
You have to have the Headhunter, I guess. But you brought the other one home. I would have,
I mean, you look at that.
dipped my toe.
They have so many beers on draft, but I mean, you look at that and you're just like, I just want to drink Headhunter. Like, I don't really want anything else. Like, they do it like, got the Goggle Fogger.
Of course.
They did have they didn't have Benjamin Danklin on, but they did have Pimp My Sleigh on. Last year's vintage of Pimp My Sleigh.
Oh, there you go.
So I should have had that, but I didn't. It was still, I was driving, so
Rebrand of the year. Legitimately.
yeah.
It won Rebrand of the Year.
looks yes. Congratulations to them.
Yeah. So there you go.
The year was 2004 when it won that.
No, it was
Sorry.
2025. I'm pretty sure.
Did Exhibit give them the award?
I think they went away from that.
Oh, okay.
Now it was more of a sleigh. They're leaning into the sleigh and less into the Pimp My.
It's still called Pimp My Sleigh, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're kind of leaning into the whole thing still.
Well, what's old is new again.
Okay.
You know, the 90s are in.
You're welcome back anytime,
So,
Matt.
Whenever that show started, probably early noughts. It's about to be
2004,
back in.
probably.
Yeah. So, anyway, we still love their beer, and congrats again on being named Brewery of the Year at the Great American Beer Fest. So, you're welcome. I think they got the Beer Temple bump.
Yeah, we'll take all
When they were being blind judged.
yeah, we'll take all the credit for that one, too.
Why not?
They didn't say it was auditorially blind. People were probably listening to the podcast while they were judging.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get on. We've had quite enough banter. We have a couple guests that we have to introduce, and we introduce them always the same way, and that is in order of seniority. Seniority being what, Mike?
How many times have you been on this show?
Exactly. The only seniority that matters, right? So our senior member is Rob Brennan from Supermoon Brewing. Is Supermoon Brewing? Supermoon Beer Co.
Beer company.
Beer Company. Okay.
Beer
Not
company.
not Artisan Ales.
No.
Got out of
didn't
that
make
one.
the cut.
Yeah. A little too late for that. How are you, dude? Good to see
I'm
you.
great. Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Also, fellow UID fan. UID
For life.
super fan. Yeah.
For life. Yeah.
UID for
2006.
life. Yeah, exactly. So we were already talking about it. Usually when Rob and I get together, within 5 minutes of probably less, we're talking about UID.
Yeah, the mics are out. The scene is set. It just feels
It's
like the
true.
right. Yeah.
Which is, oh, yeah, dude, for the uninitiated.
Yeah. If anyone's ever seen the show notes, it says UID4L.
If anyone's-
has since the very beginning.
Ever heard of podcasting? You can thank those two.
Exactly. Pioneers. Pioneers.
Truly.
The opening song is UID adjacent. So
In the universe. Yeah.
yeah,
So that makes us part of the UID universe.
exactly. We would be in it probably if there was a wiki.
the most parasocial relationship I've.
Yeah, we do have official. We are officially allowed to have that song.
Right.
I did ask. Mm-hmm. I asked Ja. He said, "Go for it."
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
You were very.
I was very.
You were giddy.
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Facebook Messengered him.
It's a very old-timey sentence. I Facebook Messengered the first podcast.
Exactly.
He's real generous with his
licensing,
social media. Well, and just his acknowledgments.
Yeah.
He's.
Have you contacted him on social media?
I have, and I texted Quinn when I met him in person at the Dark Matter block party that took place on my street.
That would have been amazing. Seeing him in the wild.
It was, and he was drinking then, and I got him to drink one of our beers.
Oh, cool.
And it was kind of a special.
Wait, he was just at the Dark Matter block party?
He was in town for the
Grateful Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was Maplewood Fest.
Maplewood Stock.
Maplewood Stock. I think like the second one or something. And I lived in a 12 flat on that street and was pouring beer. And yeah, he showed up like right over my shoulder. And I was just like, oh my God, I have to tell Chris.
There you are.
Yeah. But he was a delightful guy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, everyone else can go and look them up. Mm-hmm. I think they're on episode 1,100 and something by now.
So, yeah.
Yeah. 20-year anniversary next month.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's weird when you kind of grow up with your podcast because they're my age and they were, 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Now they're getting old and they're middle-aged. I'm like, okay, cool. Anyway, thanks for coming on.
Do you still listen to every episode?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Every
Windshield
episode.
time, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. Every episode.
Impressive.
Yeah. There needs to be a wiki. There used to be, but it's not up anymore. Of like where you could look up topics and bits.
Yeah,
And-
I thought somebody was actively
Wex
managing.
Wiki.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's been gone for like 10 years. Maybe more.
The wiki's been gone for 10 years.
I mean, I don't even think it's up. I don't think it
outlast your
exists anymore.
That can be your retirement gig.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Any beers that you've had lately that you have enjoyed, Rob?
I have.
Good to see you. We can catch up about all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the important
Or
stuff.
during the show. We'll just do it again.
We will probably...
Everyone's enjoying it.
I think you just did.
I said no more banter and then spent 5 minutes talking about an obscure podcast.
Groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking
Yeah.
obscure podcast.
No, we'll pepper him in.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll dip in.
I
dude.
had a beer I was actually very excited to buy off the shelf, which I don't know, it doesn't happen every day or anything these days. But I sought out and purchased the St. Bernardus and Weinstefan Helles collaboration.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. It was incredible.
Yeah, that was a really cool beer.
Yeah, it was kind of like superhero. Like I didn't see that collab coming. No one really made a big deal about it, but it hit huge.
It was
distribution.
St. Bernardus yeast, right? Was it?
I think it was.
Or was it Weinstefan
yeah,
yeast?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have very little narrative to work from except that the beer was delicious and
Yeah.
had those 2 names on it, and it was great. So that was cool. That was awesome. I just got back from a trip to Austria and Belgium, and I had
Whoa.
buddy got married in Antwerp, and on the way in we went to Austria.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Did you go to the
sweet.
Culminator?
No.
Oh, in Antwerp? Oh.
No,
okay.
we it was pretty strictly wedding business by the time we got there. But
Got it.
We spent like 5 days in Austria, and I drank in the hotel room in the fridge. They had Stiegelhell, like fresh Stiegelhell, and
Yep.
it's like I can't believe this is the fridge
Very
beer
cool.
here. And that one was another one that kind of stuck with me. So
That's very cool.
yeah, delicious.
Wow. Man. Belgium and Austria
Yeah, it was a pretty
and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
You were in Cleveland. I was. I took a day trip to New York last week.
A day trip
Yes.
to New York?
Yeah, it's a long story. There and back, same day.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that later. another time.
And wait, did you do beer
A
things?
friend's birthday, he was going to see a show, and his wife really wanted me to go see the show with him. So I'm a good friend, so I sacrificed, and I flew in and out. Went to McSorley's, so had some good beer there.
Serve it so fast they don't even have CO2.
Correct. They
push it with compressed air.
Yes.
Learned that from you.
True.
That's great. Yeah.
Yep.
I learned that from you via Mike Siegel.
Yep. Who learned it from watching it? So
Basically firsthand information.
yeah. I think he was there this past week. I think he goes there every so often because
Quality
they make
assurance.
one of the beers, if not both. Yeah.
Baldwinsville.
Yeah, the amount of beer that bar goes through, I think it was close to 2,000 brewers barrels per style, right?
That's amazing.
I think it
don't-
was
I
maybe
don't remember.
1,500 barrels or something.
It's a lot.
Does
So
not
they have
shock
light
me.
and dark, and they do 1,500 barrels or 2,000 brewers barrels of each.
Yeah.
For one bar.
I was there 2 or 3 months ago on a non-special day, and I was there at like noon, and it was completely filled with people.
Wow.
Everyone having, obviously the way they serve them to you is in twos.
2 at a time,
So there was just glass
So they're
everywhere.
cheating.
Yeah, it was amazing. But they're like, I don't know, maybe
Half
like
foam.
7-ounce glasses or something. So,
Yeah.
and they're so good. They're good. They're really
They're
good.
both good,
And
yeah.
they're really drinkable.
and they fit into the spot. Mike Siegel was telling me about every year they have a crew that comes in, and it's the night of 1,000 darks, and they don't leave until they have collectively drank 1,000 servings of the dark beer.
That's all. Servings or glasses? A serving is 2 glasses.
Glasses.
Yeah.
So I
okay.
guess you get 2 darks then.
Yeah. You get 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 2.
That's not true.
Really?
And not when I was
When
there.
I was
just
there,
now.
they were slinging them twice. Two in a
It
row.
was very slow when I was there, and I was just like, I'll have a dark. I asked for one of each, but then another time I said, I'll have another light. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I was glad to see that they weren't cash only anymore.
Oh.
Or maybe, were they?
We paid
I was there
cash.
at noon. I don't know, man.
I don't know. It was blurry. I mean, I was there at noon.
Yeah,
But anyway, thanks for coming
Glad
on.
to be
Always
here.
great to see you.
definitely.
Our next member, who's been very patient during all this banter,
With our shenanigans.
first time guest. And Mike, how do first time guests? How do we introduce first time guests?
We don't. They do.
They do. That's right. So, could you please introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are, please?
What's up? Rich Bloomfield, CEO of Funkytown Brewery, Chicago. Happy to be here. Got a great backstory with Mike, introducing us to the beer game. Mike caught us when we were just home brewing, trying to figure out everything, how to get into the game.
Yeah, you guys shadowed us on a brew day, and I think everything I did was like, you guys probably shouldn't do it this way, but here's how we do it.
Right. It was a lot. But as for Zach, our head brewer, to keep up with, I'm just supposed to drink and try wort, drink some warm wort.
He's way past me now.
But yeah, man, happy to be here. Happy to talk beer and everything else we got on the agenda today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Had any beers recently that you really enjoyed?
So for the Bears game this past Sunday, I was drinking Art History Bauhaus.
Nice.
Great beer.
Real good. I'm trying to make it through the game. You know what I mean? That was real good. I can't remember the name of the brewery, but I was in Peru a couple months ago and was able to try a bunch of beer out there. Stuff with brewed with like their purple corn,
Yeah.
stuff
Cool.
like that. Like, yeah, it was quality stuff. There might be something that you didn't love, but like you can tell that the brewery's there, that they're trying to bring something different to the market.
Was it like that chicha inspired stuff,
no,
or was it just brewed with purple corn?
That one was just brewed with purple corn.
No
I don't
No
think that one was chicha inspired. Yeah.
I don't know if I would. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be like that, but I don't think I would order a chicha.
Yeah,
I just don't like that idea.
I gotta have one, but I don't.
No, I don't.
You gotta try it.
Yeah,
I don't.
nobody can sell a beer like Sam, and
It's true.
That was enough.
Yeah.
I tried
You tried it? You
no,
drank?
I
Oh.
tried a Tej,
Tej.
based on Dogfish Head information alone.
Got it.
In Ethiopia, and it was in essentially like a spittoon behind the bar, just kind of openly openly there. Yeah,
But
No.
they don't spit in
And you
a Tej.
drank it?
no, it's just an open thing
That they
And
spit into?
No.
It just looked like it was an open vat.
He's going
Oh.
A to C,
And
being like, there's another dogfish
The connection
thing.
is that it was.
He said spittoon.
Tej is honey wine with like a very
Behind the bar.
specific spice.
It was an
Okay, okay.
unsanitary. They were kind of giving me the "Are you sure you want to try this?" look, but I was
Yeah,
like,
it's,
I gotta
it's usually
know.
made at the place it's not like it's commercialized. It's made at the place you're drinking it.
Right.
And it's just like ladled into your glass.
Yeah, and it was.
There's a place here that
viscous.
makes it. It's actually really good. It's very sweet.
Is it?
The one that they make at Demera is.
Mine was not.
Mine kind of tasted like whatever bubble gum he had just had
good
in
to
his
know,
mouth.
but-
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on. And yeah, Peruvian. I've been hearing good things for years about the craft beer down in South America. From Pat Fahey's been down there a ton, and also Mosh Dog.
Right. They both talk about how there's like so many fruits that we just don't have around here that they're putting in beer. And then when they try to describe them,
Fruits
it's like,
and
it's
nuts
the, like,
and
delicious tart one that kind of tastes like a mango and other stuff.
You have no idea what we learned in Peru.
Yeah.
you know?
yeah, right.
There's a lot of fruit from the Amazon that,
Yeah.
that they could try out,
Right. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, great. I'll never be able to do this. But, all right. Cool.
That's cool though.
No, it is.
There are things that you can't recreate.
Mike, you are in charge of the outline and the
Ruh-roh.
flow of today's show because
off to a
my
terrible
hands
start then.
my hands are full with all this fading. You can't see it here, but
That is good to know.
yeah.
20 minutes into the podcast.
I did mention it earlier, but
Yeah. Okay. So our first topic is not necessarily beer directly, but beer related, where the attorneys general asked for a federal ban on THC hemp products.
yes, like 39 of them.
Yeah,
so
like a huge
vast
letter,
majority.
37 states.
Okay,
39 attorneys generals from 37 states.
how is that possible?
I don't know. I'm not a. Oh, Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands are also involved in it. But there was a loophole in the 2018 Farm Bill, which is why all these Delta 9 beverages can be made and are completely unregulated.
Right.
And they're all asking to close the loophole, which would be pretty devastating for a lot of beverage makers that have.
If it was straight up closed, yes, for sure. Is
Yeah.
that? Do you think? But I mean, I guess they could. I mean, they'd
Right.
just be like, bang, done, no more. But there's going to have to be a lot of a lot of money is going to start flowing into people's re-election campaigns or something to have them not do that.
But if you think about it like that, where is more of the money going to flow from? From people who are currently small producers making, Delta 9 in their individual states, or is it going to flow from people that are squatting on the desire to make Delta 8 full-on THC beverages?
Neither,
regulated?
I think. I think it's going to flow
From alcohol?
No, from distributors.
Okay.
And from maybe big retailers like
Because Target added it, right?
Target just said they were going to add it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how much they're going to lobby, but distributors are going to lobby, and they are a huge lobby.
Yeah, they're very strong.
And beer and wine, alcohol is down. This is up. I think they're going to want to go for it.
Yeah, but most of them haven't touched it yet. Like most of the distributors that are distributing this stuff are small independent distributors. Like the largest one is like Glenn's. Like none of the big guys have Delta 9 in Chicago, at least.
Doesn't mean that they probably don't want some sort of federal clarification in favor of.
Yeah, but right. But I think that the bigger guys would want to close the loophole and then have it totally regulated and then be like, we're the ones that can do it. We'll be the ones that distribute it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I think they want. But that's not just to say no.
Cut it off. You think that they want just to have regulate it?
Yeah, which I think is what the producers want too, right?
I don't know if the producers want
Let's
that.
open up to the panel.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, if anything? And it's okay if you have no thoughts on it, for real. Like, I don't care. Totally okay. I feel that way about many of the topics on this show.
Rich?
All right, I'll go first. So I haven't given this much thought. I think just the conversation came to me within the last week, 2 weeks. And the angle that I heard was regulation around where it's placed to protect kids. And that's something I did kind of understand a little bit, if that's the case, because, I'll go into my own backstory, but yeah, it's strong ass shit out here nowadays.
Yes.
But yeah, from that angle, I do understand regulation, but just a full on ban when there's something like this kind of integrated into society, that does seem a little off and makes you just ask more questions where is this coming from? And
right.
Yeah.
And it's not super clear if this is some sort of not negotiating tactic, but just we're going to ask for a ban so that it gets regulated. It seems like that's not necessarily indicated in this article, and I don't know if that's how it works, or if they really are just we need to stop. We need to a moral panic of we need to stop this altogether.
I as a consumer, I don't really have an opinion one way or another. Really much baseline knowledge from a producer standpoint, or a distribution standpoint, or anything like that. But as a consumer, I would like some more information. I mean, I would like it to be more clear, and I think a bunch of these, they went over their skis a little bit with the pace at which they were coming into the market with a stalled regulation. And for me, it caused yeah, I'll try it, but I don't even know what I'm drinking. And I don't typically make a habit of ingesting stuff that I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's going to slow them down. I think more information is probably better if they want more informed consumers to understand what it is that they're taking in. I honestly still, if you were here's the test, pass, fail, what is the difference between Delta 8 and 9? I would not be able to answer it correctly, but I've consumed both of those beverages with varying results and still had no idea what I actually took.
Yeah, for me, that's the biggest thing with all of these THC-derived or different ways to imbibe them is I'm not a big cannabis consumer generally, but the ability for it to affect you so completely differently from dose to dose, from brand to brand, is something that I'm not used to. With alcohol, I'm yeah, sure. I know that drinking bourbon is different than drinking beer, but ultimately you're going to feel more or less the same.
Well, most people don't have that vocabulary, so the difference between 3 milligrams and 5 or 8 or 9 of CBD versus THC, most people don't have the right cocktail in their mind anyway.
Right.
It doesn't pass the parents test for me. My parents would be I don't know,
right. Well, and I was thinking about it recently. I don't want to know. I don't need more information in my brain about this type of thing. I'm just I don't But I'm sure I'm not the target demographic for this.
But you want to trust, I guess. You want to trust that somebody knows or somebody is following some set of rules.
The thing
the
that
government, Chris? Come on.
The thing that I don't like about that, from that angle, and this is coming from the state of Wisconsin, which, marijuana, THC products, as we know them, pure THC products are not legal or allowed in the state, regulated at all. So when people start to come at this from a wink angle and being well, it's not really, but it says THC on the label, right, and they're in convenience stores in Wisconsin. So Wisconsin people are I'm getting weed drinks, and it's well, it's not really that, and there's some vocabulary issues and lexicon, and I think the wink thing is just kind of tacky, and you need to call things what they are for people to make informed decisions about how they spend their money on them, and
especially things that are psychoactive and mood altering,
totally,
and impairments where you can't, it will affect your ability to drive. These things should be regulated, and we're so if you're following all the rules, we're so regulated making alcohol, with labels and approvals and formulas. And the fact that this is just completely unregulated is crazy. Now I hope they regulate it and it's more or less the same just with regulations, because I have many friends who are now making a lot of their living off of making these things. So I hope it doesn't just go away. But this bill is a little scary. It's very like landscape shifting for a lot of people that thought they had found something to help their excess production space or stalling sales on the beer side.
I mean, the letter that the attorneys general wrote is pretty harsh. Now, how it will actually end up, who knows? But I mean, they're making it pretty plain from their perspective, which I guess is that what attorneys general are kind of supposed to do. But some of the quotes are, "Leave no doubt these harmful products are illegal." And here's a longer quote: "Intoxicating hemp-derived THC products have inundated communities throughout our states due to a grievously mistaken interpretation of the 2018 Farm Bill," which I think that part is probably true. Grievously mistaken interpretation, or grievously exploited, maybe.
Exploited, yeah. I don't think it's misinterpreted. It seems
the hemp bill's definition of hemp, that companies are leveraging to pursue profits at the expense of public safety and health. Many of these products created by manufacturers by manipulating hemp to produce synthetic THC are more intoxicating and psychoactive than marijuana, a Schedule I controlled substance, and are often marketed to minors. What? That I have not seen. Often marketed to minors.
I think that's just one of those things of like these types of people are just like anything that's not just straight up like labeled, with
Juice
in
Force.
Helvetica, in Helvetica font that just says
Juice Force.
Yeah, right.
Or like, what was that shot pouch with like a troll on it, like a cartoon troll?
Yeah.
I mean, that's marketed to minors. But yeah, that stuff I think is a little sensational. Yeah. But whatever, they gotta get people up in arms, get the pitchforks.
You don't typically
raised.
get these letters where it's like really nuanced. It's always
I can think
this
of
is
some other
killing
things
children.
That inundated,
Right.
That's pretty hyperbolic.
Right.
Hey, this covers more than just drinks, right? This is all hemp-derived stuff, right?
Yeah, all Delta,
everything, all Delta, whatever
everything.
Delta.
So yesterday I was in a gas station, just a regular BP, and I noticed these jars of pre-rolls with Grand Theft Auto imagery on the outside, and I was just staring at it again, I don't know what all the Delta 9 stuff is. I know what real weed is, right? And just made me think, who is this for?
Right.
And that's what made me think, okay, there might be a point.
Sure. right. And if you were 13, 14, messing around with your friends and you saw that and
100%.
you're and you're allowed to buy it, you're like.
But that's precisely the recklessness of it. Is 13-year-old Rob would be running to the gas station, and 40-year-old Rob's like, I don't know what's in that shit.
But do you guys remember Kratom, K2, all these Spice, all these things you could get at 7-Eleven at some point that were just the worst feelings in the world.
Totally, yeah.
But you're it's smoking something and it's changing my way I feel. And it's this is awful. This is better than that. This is better than smoking
so.
K2 or Spice.
This is definitely my older self speaking.
Yeah, for sure.
The gas station buyers, they're going crazy though.
They
were on that train too.
Yeah.
There's someone. I had friends who would buy butane for Zippos from 7-Elevens when I was a kid.
And then do them as drugs?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Huff some tane. Huff some tane, baby.
People in Philly love huffing.
UID.
Huff and tane. Yep. I never huffed tane, just for the record. But yeah, they'll do anything.
I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huff and tane, baby.
I feel like we should still be allowed to sell butane for lighters. That's
Yeah. I agree.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying. Young people.
I love the idea.
Whatever.
Whatever.
A 13-year-old going in. I'm just going to refill my Zippo.
Yeah. Yes, sir. My Zippo collection is empty.
Right. Exactly.
The first time I ever felt an altered state, I was 8 or 9, and I was trying to eat whipped cream out of the canister, and I didn't tilt it the right way, and I was just whoa! I accidentally did a whip it. And
Really?
I remember being I really like that. I did it again, immediately.
Yeah.
A little 8-year-old Mike was whoa. And then I ran out of gas. And I was that's probably a good thing. I was I'd be living a pretty different life right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You'd be on tour with the Dead right now.
Oh, yeah. Not in the Dead, just around, hanging around.
Hanging around with a big tank.
Rolling goo balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitrous Mafia, man.
Well, something definitely to look out for because, geez, I mean, Edmar was just in here earlier today, and he would certainly
Did you ask him about this?
No, he was in and out really quickly.
You're kidding me.
Right. What the fuck? But, yeah, him and yeah, obviously Hopewell, just locally, right. But, yeah, would be effective.
And we know Rev has posted that they're going to start doing it, too.
And invested a ton of money
right.
into this.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, I mean, that leads me to believe that even if there is like a period of time where Delta 9 is, either paused or heavily regulated, there's probably enough momentum pushing THC in general into the mainstream and into legality.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be weird if then there's like a black market for like THC beverages? There definitely would be. I mean,
depends what state you live in.
Right. Well, if these are federally illegal, I guess if Delta 9 becomes federally illegal, but I don't think they all would like agree. They're saying like Mitch McConnell apparently is championing Delta 9 because of the farmers in Kentucky
against it.
And stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm saying like there's powerful people
right.
who are in favor for it.
My question at this point is, what does this do to weed? Like, does it do?
I don't know.
Well, because like I've had the actual marijuana-based beverages of similar styles and things like that, but to me, that's like the real deal. And
as someone who isn't like this a sufficient enough connoisseur of the way these things are supposed to make you feel,
yeah,
like is it a suitable substitute? Because some people I've talked to are like it's a completely different thing, and some people are just like,
I guess I wouldn't know because I stick to the original thing. I guess my question is like everyone's like, oh, what are all the breweries gonna do? And it's like, what about like the weed shops and like, is it good for them? Is it bad for them? And do people suddenly go back to,
like weed
2
shops,
milligram 8 ounce actual weed drinks? Or
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to see people so committed to the consumption mode of drinking their weed that if this one were to go away as something you could find in the gas station, that then they would go to a dispensary and be like, I need my, I need my
Cane.
my
I've heard
choom or whatever. But
I'm not out enough to see this in real life, but the way it gets sold, socially is like this social tonic thing. Like it's like you bring a 4-pack to a party and somebody who's never had one has one. And,
that's certainly not my experience with weed, is that it makes me more social.
No. Everyone knows alcohol is that social tonic.
We share that. And I have actually had remarkably positive experiences with true THC derived drinks.
Got it.
Being social.
I appreciate
being a social lubricant.
On my couch.
Oh, on your couch.
Yeah, no, I'm an
anti-social lubricant.
You're sitting at home drinking a THC beverage. Like, man, I wish I was talking to people right now.
No, I'm glad I'm not. No, that's what you said. I wish I was talking to people right now.
Yeah.
Then you drink it, and you're like, you know what? I'm
saying
cool
you don't need
cool
friends.
Not doing that.
You don't need friends around to be paranoid if you're too high. And this was not that. It's just like a really pleasant experience, and you know what you're getting. There's a very like dialed in dosage to those things, which as a consumer, is all you could ask for.
Should we switch gears?
Sure.
Okay. Because I think any moment we're going to have Fred from the bottle shop stopping in with a couple beverages for us all to taste.
Cool. Fun.
So, yeah, we can do that and actually start for the first time talking about beer for the
sure.
Come on in, Fred.
Craft Beverage Temple podcast.
Yeah.
Up to this point, right?
Yeah.
Did he hear you?
He texted me outside the door, so I'm telling him to come in. Out, which door? Hold on, let me go get him.
He's not coming in.
Yeah, he's not coming in. Hold on, I don't know.
Do
which
we want
door.
to pause the recording? There he is. So we're gonna blind taste these.
We'll blind taste them and say we're not trying to guess necessarily what it is. We can try. I just thought, why not taste some beers and see what we think of them? And here's what I told Fred. He can pick whatever he wants. He says, so make it hard to guess. I was like, not necessarily. I just said, don't make it anything local, because
Right.
I didn't want someone to like be afraid to say they don't like a beer that somebody around here made or something like that. So that's not the idea. So anyway, while Rich and Rob are tasting it, I can describe it. It's a dark beer.
Yeah, dark.
Thank you, Fred, by the
kind
way.
of a
Appreciate
chestnut
it.
foam, pretty tight bubble.
Yeah. And knowing Fred, I mean, this could literally be anything that he's presented to us.
He's a wild and crazy guy.
Feels familiar.
Yeah. Old familiar.
His roast character, I'm getting like some like red like fruit.
Definitely roasty.
Yeah, I think it's like cherry character.
Woody. Yeah, right?
Woody, I'm not getting smoke though. Are you getting smoke?
No, but I'm getting maybe a little like, I don't know. I don't want to be too pretentious with my language, but
Why stop now?
yeah, sure. I mean, it was going to be.
Sorry, I had to.
It was supposed to be a resolution of mine, but I guess I've made it this far.
I think this is bottle conditioned. The carbonation level is pretty high when I take a sip and you slosh it around. It gets
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
a lot of it breaks out. Carbonation breaks out. I'm guessing this is some sort of Trappist thing.
It's got like a beefy, like bouillon-y smell to it a little bit.
It
too.
tastes like several of the like Destroysa and Belgian stouts.
Yeah.
that I remember. It has this kind of like perception that it's going to be like red berry acid, but it's not.
Yeah.
Sour.
When
Oh,
I smelled
dude.
it, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's got a very meaty quality to it, I think.
Are you going to say
like
unctuous?
a Tollicy or
Very
like,
unctuous.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
you
a
like
tiny bit, but like it
smoky?
tastes like a cooked meat, like beef specifically.
Oh, you know what? This does have the near smoke Band-Aid thing that Fantôme tends to bring
I
for
don't
me.
think this is Fantôme though. It's phenolic for sure. I think this is definitely Belgian.
Okay.
I don't get. There's some bitterness to it,
Very roasty.
which I'm not sure if it's. Yeah,
Ton of roasted malt. Do you like it? More than trying to guess what it is.
Yeah.
Do you like this beer?
I think it's cool.
It's very unique.
It's not something I would drink a ton of.
Cold weather beer for me, for sure.
Yeah, the finish is real bitter. I'm not sure if it's roast bitter or hop bitter or a combination of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't finish balanced. It finishes like toasty, acrid,
Pretty low
bitter,
pH too.
low pH for
Yeah.
sure.
Right? Not sweet at all. Right?
No, dry.
That's all the makings of like a Belgian Imperial Stout for me. I remember them just being all of those things exactly.
Yeah,
I haven't had one in a
Interesting.
while.
Do you think it's too roasty to be like a quad, or it's too dry? Right?
It's too
I
dry.
do. I think so. Yeah. It's funny. I mean, obviously talking and listening to other people like put thoughts in your head, but I mean, I could see it being like the Dull Stout or something like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know if
I feel like those were sweeter though, weren't they?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say.
Or I'm thinking of Destroysa ones were sweeter.
Yeah, but I think if they sit for a minute, I think that's what happens in the bottle over
a
time.
lot of those northern, like Scandinavian stouts are like
Like
super.
the Narke kind of like.
Yes. Are
Branch.
super bitter, like super roast malt heavy.
Yeah, yeah. What was that Icelandic smoked porter? What was that one that was like really big for a while?
Lava.
Maybe lava. There was another one too, but are we thinking this is that? I think
There's Nogna.
Nognia, yeah.
There's the Hand Bergiret.
yeah. I think this is Belgian.
You think
the
it's Belgian?
The phenolic character in that Band-Aidy thing that you're picking up, I think, is yeast. It's it gets like that Band-Aid when it's combined with like a roasted malt. You,
All right.
You're not
Well,
getting
first
you're
of
not
all,
getting the yeast character.
I'm going to talk about whether I like it or not.
Okay.
Because I'm not. I mean, I will put a guess in, but I think this beer is fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's exceptional. I think it's okay. I don't personally really enjoy it.
Is the pH messing it up for you?
Yeah, I just think it's out of balance.
The light tartness of it like really throws off
Yeah.
what you expect it to taste like. I feel like I
Yeah.
kind of like that about it though.
And the weird kind of like, so I'm getting like a meatiness out of it. Not, but like
I don't really get that as much.
Yeah. Well, I am. Whatever I'm perceiving it and saying is that. How about that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. What do you like, Rich or Rob? Are you liking it?
I think it's solid. It's really seasonal. I get the red berry notes and the aromatics, but yeah, like definitely no fruit on the palate. Real roasty, dry
Very
at the
roasty,
end.
yeah.
You like it?
I could do it.
You could do it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
could
so you
do it.
don't love it, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, like if I had a case,
I'm not trying to talk.
I would finish it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
If you had a case of it, all right.
Yeah,
well,
like
then
during
you,
the-
you
you know,
dig
what's
it.
the winter
What's the
cold.
time
Yeah.
frame here?
Oh, it's like over like
One Bears game?
Exactly.
right. Give me 2 months.
All right, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
One of these every other day? Yeah, we get
Okay.
down with that.
How about you, Rob?
I don't love it. I appreciate tasting it because it tastes like a bunch of beer I've definitely had in my life when I was probably, I don't know, just thinking that everything was made correctly.
Yeah.
And if this was my beer, I would not have served it to you.
I'm going to say that this beer...
Wait. Can you expand on that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I wouldn't serve this beer to you. I don't think whatever it is like
Intentional?
good enough.
Oh, or
maybe
just good enough. Or just didn't
Or maybe
come out.
intentional. Yeah, I think this to me tastes like potentially a homebrew.
Got it.
Whoa. I'm
And-
not gonna, I like this beer, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
awesome,
cool.
man.
So I'm going to guess... So if we're going to guess where it's from, if anyone wants to guess...
I think it's Belgian.
You think it's Belgian?
Yes.
Then I'm only because you say it's Belgian. I will say it's European, but I'm going to say it's Scandinavian.
Okay.
And
you guys think
I'd
it's-
have to pick something. I would guess like because I don't know what we have in the shop. I guess it could be a Combs or it could be Hond. So I'll say it's a Hond beer because they make weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'll say.
I could see this being like a Dodol or
Yeah.
something in that world because of that acidity.
The Doles.
And,
And they
like-
make a stout.
And we made this.
And
like,
they're a weird brewery.
We made right.
I
We
would
made
say pretty confidently that's
we made
real
this
close.
dark,
Yeah.
like really dark roasted beer with saison yeast, and the Britannomyces one ended up having very similar like characteristics to this. So that's why I'm going there.
Got
this
it.
is definitely not a beer I made,
Okay.
but
God, that would suck at this point, huh?
yeah.
For
All
me,
right.
just
Fred's
for me.
like it's a supermoon.
Yeah.
All right. So Fred, is this beer domestic? No. Is this beer from Europe? Is it from Belgium?
Yes.
Oh, it's Belgian.
Yeah, let's go.
Is this beer from the Dole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is this beer the Dole Stout?
A 2-year-old bottle.
A 2-year-old bottle of the Dole Stout.
Let's
Well
go.
done. Well
We
done.
did it, guys. We
Well
made
done.
it there.
Yes. Well done.
That was a fun guess.
That
Good,
was.
good pick. It's like perfectly. It's good for stuff like this because it's very distinct, and it's easy to like kind of like logic your way into that it being that. But it's also something where if you've had it, you can probably just be like, oh, it's definitely this.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's a cool beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, certainly unique. I think Fred has one more if we want to do
Oh,
it.
yeah?
I told him to pick 2. We might only get the one.
I
but-
think it's super fun.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and whatever. I mean, I think sometimes don't worry, Rich. Don't worry if you have no idea what it is or don't want to. I have sounded so stupid on this show or on social media. I one time thought that Goose Island Matilda was a Oktoberfest. That was my first guess.
Well, you and I just last week was that?
Yes.
Thought that a beer that ended up being a Doppelbock was a like Thierry
Belgian.
Blonde Ale. Amber
Yeah,
ale.
Thierry Amber.
So you know,
Right, and it was a Doppelbock.
You can be pretty dumb, and
It's
it's
fine.
all right.
It's okay.
This is hard.
And anyone who wants to try better is welcome to.
You can start a podcast, and you can do.
And you can do it.
blind tastings on it.
Exactly. So, I mean, that one, that's as soon as you guys started saying Belgian, I was like, well, the only Belgian stout I could think of would be the dull one.
Mm-hmm.
But then that didn't sound fun if we all were in agreement. So I was like, well,
Right.
if it wasn't that, what else could it be?
Right, because the Destroysa ones I think are sweeter and have less of a like characteristic Belgian yeast character. There's stouts that are made there.
Yeah. I was not a big fan of that beer, but it's okay. Some people dig that beer.
I think it's
here
cool.
for a reason. It's been around a long time.
I think
Yeah.
I appreciate its very specific version of that thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like if that was the only stout in the world, I don't know if I'd be super happy about it. But
My prejudice of it is I don't like Belgian stout. I just think it's kind of like a whack.
I think I think it's a cool relic of like when British and Belgian brewing were probably much closer than they are now. Like the twang in Guinness, it comes from it being infected for a long time, and then people being like, "Wait, it doesn't have the twang anymore."
Yeah.
So I had to put the
Bring
twang
back
back
the
in
twang.
it. And so like that like acidity in there to me is like the most authentic, unadulterated version, or like it's like a time capsule of
Yeah.
how that flavor profile started.
If that's where it is, I'm missing narrative to appreciate it. But I love the idea of like historically more acid forward dark beer, like a pub porter that like
Yeah.
you know if you're blending from a cask behind a bar and you're like, well, this one went sour, so we're gonna blend it with the fresh porter and make it taste like this. Like
Yeah.
that intention and that narrative would be important to me if I was drinking that wine like I was, because I'm just like, otherwise honestly it just tastes like stout that sat in the bottle too long to me. But
It's funny that you're talking about the twang of porter or how it used to be. 2 weeks ago, it just goes to show, I mean, what legitimately a cool place the Beer Temple can be. Not because of me. I had nothing to do with this. But it's like, it was really neat. A guy comes in and he said, today, right around this time exactly, local time, in London, so at that time in London, however many, 100 and some odd years ago, was the Great Porter Flood in London.
And then he dumped all the porter.
And he
on
says,
the
and I
shelf.
have 2 vatted porters brewed in London. And he had 2 Colonel stouts of vatted porter.
That's cool.
And he's like, let's drink them. And then anyone who was at the bar got to drink it. And it was a little sour,
Yeah.
because it was like a historical vatted porter.
That's wild.
And then people were like, what? And then this guy gave a whole like history lesson on porter and the flood and how it happened and how
Just
it like
some random guy wandering off the street.
I don't know if he's a random guy who wandered off the street, but he's a customer, a regular, but just came in just to do this.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool, and just gave the whole story of it, and had been in London and had gotten those beers, and was just like, let's commemorate this crazy bit of beer history happening, and it was just
That's awesome.
Oh, cool,
October 17th that happened. So
because he was
that's
also
pretty neat,
like,
right?
Yeah.
he
Very
was like,
neat.
this needs to be the right. I need to open these at the right place and time. And
Right, that's kind of what he said. Yeah.
you, You offered that place to him. That's awesome.
Yeah, drinking those vatted porters they have there that are like dated with like historical recipes at
Yes.
the Colonel was one of the cooler.
Yeah,
beer
that's exactly what
experiences
it
I've had
was.
in a long
Yeah.
time.
Are you familiar with Zebulon?
Yes.
Yeah. See, he does stuff like that, and
Yeah,
I think
he
that
does.
narrative is just so cool.
Yeah.
And the exactness to replicate something like that specific.
Fred has he's come back. We have
A much lighter beer.
much lighter beer.
Some
He's
of them
wearing
are lighter
a
than others.
he's wearing a Farewell Yellow Brick Road Elton John shirt. For anyone who's interested, what Fred is wearing right now, much lighter, not entirely clear. Little haze, like, but you
Mine-
wouldn't say it's hazy.
Mine has particulate. So I'm thinking
Yes,
this is also
mine does too.
either old or bottle conditioned.
That's true. Mine does too.
Yeah, mine's a little hazier than yours, right?
Yeah, right. So you got the bottom.
Fred's got the haziest one, I think.
Ooh.
Smells fruity.
Yeah, very fruity.
What kind of fruit do we think?
Well, there's like,
Yeast.
yeah, like banana,
Yeah.
Apricot.
That's a triple, or a Belgian Golden Strong style banana pepper.
So
Paw,
no actual fruit in this, huh?
I would be surprised. It's
Definitely some pepper
there's
too.
not. It's not like berries. It's not like
No.
cherries.
No. If there was fruit in it, I think it would be
There might be
like
some
a
like
stone fruit or
American hops in it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm getting something that's not just purely Belgian yeast, but it could be.
something. I've yet to try it, but very fruity, a little peppery as well. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's hops, but it would have to
Tastes
be.
like an American brewer did Duvel to me.
Oh, it's very carbonated.
Very carbonated,
It's pretty sweet.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
This could be like a 8% farmhouse ale.
Yes.
Like
What couldn't be an 8% farmhouse ale? I mean, basically any beer that you drink. That last beer we
But-
drank could have been an 8% farmhouse beer.
yeah, but I mean in like the Blaugie, like this could be like an old bottle of Blaugie or something.
This beer, if there's one thing I will say about this beer, I would almost guarantee it is bottle conditioned.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
definitely
so heavily carbonated that you put it in your mouth, and as soon as you swirl it in your mouth is
Yeah.
full of bubbles. So
No less than 8% ABV.
No.
yeah, no, it's definitely
It's a little hot.
It's definitely hot. No, I mean it's warm. It's not hot, but it's got a little warmth to it. Has a little bit of a hop or astringency at the end.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a little sweeter than I would maybe want it to be. Mm-hmm. The aroma on it, I like. It's got a little bit of that. Man, we're talking. I'm saying we. Rich is talking like such a fancy pants right now, but no, it's the mid palate's a little sweet for me.
I would say domestic triple.
Use it American?
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think that bottle conditioning, there's like so few people that are actually doing that.
Yeah.
Like you are, I am, and
mine.
that
Is this
I think
mine? I'm gonna
that's
say
I think that's like a third of the people in
Yeah.
in this country that are like would make something like this.
I'm gonna say it's a.
I think
Yeah, go.
I see where you're coming from though, because something about me thinks there's American hops in this. Like this isn't like noble.
It's brighter.
It's not noble to me. There's something
Yeah.
like fruity
Yeah.
that I don't think is yeast derived, but it definitely isn't fruit itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it could also just be like high alcohol and age can make those things happen in a weird way too.
The fruity notes to it. I mean, it's almost it's not quite juicy fruit, but it's like getting there. It's so fruity.
Yeah, which you can.
It's like apricot-y.
You can get with just like the right types of esters, but it also like could be that it's like a Duvel triple hop or something weird
Right.
like that. But Duvel's drier than this, isn't it?
Right, which
Way
makes me
drier,
think
yeah. Head retention's
like
crazy.
Pirat, like a second tier version of Duvel, which I think is exactly what you said, or like a I think Pirat might be a triple. Maybe it's a strong golden pale, something like that. But
What's the difference? Yeah, this
Something
I think
like that.
lives in the triple world because of the sweetness. Where like that Belgian strong golden tends to be a little drier. I
The
feel
reason I think I'm saying domestic is because the source material for something like this would be like that, Belgian Golden Strong triple. But I don't think that even though they are bottle conditioned, that some of that sediment doesn't show up in like big like Trappist, unless you.
Oh, yeah, you're right, the
So
sediment,
I think
sure.
an American brewer would do that, me included.
I mean, they're really, yeah. I mean, we would definitely
Okay.
do that.
so I'm gonna say screw it. I'll say Pirat. I'm gonna say it's Belgian. I'm gonna say it's Pirat. I'm gonna say it's a Belgian triple. It's on the sweet side. I could 100% see it being. I would not be surprised if it was American at all.
I wonder if this is like some sort of Tank 7 variant.
Ooh,
Like, is this like a Tank 7 with like a Brett, like a Saison Brett or something like
I do
that?
recall
I don't
the
get a lot of
heat
Brett
from-
character, but that apricot might be them selecting like less funky Brett.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Because that's definitely bottle conditioned.
It's definitely bottle conditioned,
Yeah.
which is what makes me want to say it's Belgian.
They also
Because not many.
their saison is also above 8%.
Their
anyway.
saison's above 8%, and it doesn't use a saison yeast. It uses like a Trappist yeast.
Yeah, that's
So-
that could be it. Yeah.
And it could be fruited. I would not be surprised if there was some sort of like flavoring added onto it.
I also think Tank 7 has American hops in it. Like I think it has like Citra in it.
No kidding.
I don't think this is Tank 7. You think this is Tank 7?
I haven't
I
had
think
Tank
that's
7
the
in a long
closest
time,
guess
but
to Tank 7 did finish sweet for me, and I remember it being really hot for what it was. So this, it could be it.
is
What about
is Tank 7 bottle conditioned though?
That's what I don't know. The
No,
750s are.
I don't think so.
The Brett ones and stuff. The other one I was going to say that
The
was
last
always
one was
a
2 years
sweet,
old, so.
A sweet domestic kind of Trappisty approachable version of this was Golden Monkey. But
Ooh,
I
yeah.
don't know where that's
I
at.
don't think.
Oh, yeah. What about one of those Scalduses? Don't they have like a fruited Scaldus?
Probably, but that's like, I don't have flavor memory for that.
Yeah, I
left
don't know,
in my
yeah.
brain right now. I don't know.
mean,
if
I don't know,
That'd
yeah.
be a crazy pull.
Right. Scaldus.
Yeah.
I just have a image of the label being the color that I think that this fruit smells like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, well, do we say if we liked it or not? Or do we doing that?
Yeah, that's honestly, that's more important.
Yeah. I think it's too strong for me. Like
I liked it more than the
enjoy-
last one. I think it's not. I don't think it's too strong. I think it's a little too sweet for me.
Yeah, but both those things too forte. You know, it's like
Yeah.
ABV is a little too high for me. The sweetness is a little too high for me.
I
Don't wanna
like
drink
it, though.
too much of this.
I like this beer.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Rich?
Yeah, it's a little strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been kind of stuck in the 5% realm.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to finish a case of this beer?
It's probably the same time period.
Oh, okay. Like it,
Every
don't
other,
like.
he's alternating every
I'll
other
still
day.
drink it every other day.
Yeah, I can still be a beer bro. When
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
You know?
I like it, and I think this is a beer that I would keep 2 bottles around
Yeah.
for warm or for cold weather,
Yeah.
like Christmas time, kind of a.
Yeah. I think if you had some food with this, maybe
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be. It'd be nice. Okay. Does anyone want to make a guess? I said I'll say Pirat. Second guess Scaldus, but I'm kind of in the same realm of a strong pale from Belgium. Don't even know if it would be labeled as a triple. I'm just going to say it's like a strong pale, or strong golden, something like that from Belgium.
I'm going with some sort of Tank 7 variant or Saison Brett from Boulevard.
Okay, an American, but definitely American.
American Belgian beer.
Yeah.
Strong American Belgian beer.
Belgian style,
Yeah,
right?
Belgian style ale.
Okay, how about you?
My guess for fun
Yeah,
is
just do it for fun.
is
Sensitive King from
Sensitive King. Honestly, it's
Some
it's not that,
Supermoon.
not that. It tastes like a Sensitive King from like 2 or 3 batches ago. For fun, I would say freshly landed West Malt Triple.
Ooh,
For fun.
for fun.
For fun.
Okay, Rich, do you want to hazard a guess?
I don't know, dude. It's
No, it's an okay
It's
answer,
a strong ale.
Okay.
Belgian strong or something.
Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, is this beer domestic, Fred? No. Is it Belgian? Okay. Is it? Did any of us get it right? No. Okay. Of
course
there you
not.
go. Is it a Trappist?
Yes.
Is it
Is
is it available in?
It's Chimay.
It's Chimay. Chimay White? No.
Red?
No. Cinq Cent or whatever. Green. Chimay.
Green,
Chimay
fun.
Green.
Fun fact, my favorite Chanel.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And give us, so it's Chimay Green. And what, here, talk into the mic. What is Chimay Green?
Chimay Green is a Belgian strong golden ale with a blend of herbs, including eucalyptus.
Oh,
There
cool.
you go.
Huh.
There you go. Thank you, Fred. Those were very, very
Fun pick.
fun picks. Dig it.
I don't get this. Even after hearing it, I don't get the eucalyptus.
No, I got that white. It was like a white pepper thing. And like this fruity. It was so fruity.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not getting that at all.
Yeah.
My mouth don't work.
Yeah, I dug it.
Yeah.
I dug that last one. It wasn't like my favorite, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad to have tried it. I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah,
But I think it's so fun to try.
Yeah, for someone who like makes saison and more or less Belgian style beers for a living, I don't love Trappist beers.
Really?
No, like that because they're too sweet and too strong typically for me, and so I don't know. I didn't love that.
West Malt. Some of them are not very sweet. I
No,
don't think.
some of them, but on the whole, there's like way more
Sweeter than a zero sugar saison.
right, and way more intense in all ways.
Yeah.
amped up and like spicier and
Yeah.
bubblegummier and
All those were very much my gateway beers.
Yeah.
Chimay specifically, Chimay Red, and drank like a lot of Delirium Tremens, at one point, and
that Michael Jackson said that was the best beer in the
That would have
world
been
for
a
a
bad.
while.
That would have
right?
been a good guess. Delirium, some sort of like
Yeah.
delirium variant.
But
Sure.
have you
Or
had
something.
that recently? I had
No.
it. I had it in Belgium. This was probably, I guess it was 5 years ago, which would be recently for me now, or 6 years ago. But it's so different than I remember it being. It's so fruity, and like that's why it would have been a good guess. And like it's like almost candy, like in its like aroma, where you're like, how does it even taste like this? And it's so phenolic. dude.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had it at the Delirium Tremens bar in Brussels.
Yeah. The
is
reason
that a
that
freshness thing? Like, were we always drinking old exported?
I don't think so. I think
Delirium?
it was
dry.
It's a different beer.
Oh.
Yeah, they've
Maybe.
changed, they think they've changed the beer.
what made me think that beer was Belgian or not American, how about this?
Yeah.
Was honestly the subtlety of the yeast character to it. It was that white pepper note. It's like that's a pretty, I don't know, you don't really get that in American beers that way, I feel.
Definitely not American Trappist style beers.
Yeah.
I've had more saisons that have that
Sure.
character than like American versions of. I think that also has something to do with bottle conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like I don't know
definitely.
what or why, but I tend like when you have a forced carbonated like Trappist style beer, that's hardly ever going to be like a subtle phenolic to
Yeah.
me.
I think that fruit is so essential to things like that, and I think in that territory of like the spicy juicy fruit gum thing, I think you can only really get it with package conditioning. Yeah, like that way.
Interesting. Yeah, we have the Guten Carolus Van de Kaiser Blau on draft right now, which I don't think we've ever had on draft. It's one of my favorite bottled beers. It's really good on draft, and it's fun to try. But, yeah, you don't have that, like, explosion of carbonation like that beer that we
Right.
just had.
And like
Where you, like, drink it, and it's like your mouth is completely filled, which doesn't sound necessarily good. And it's not bad. It's just a quality.
Have you had a
Yeah.
triple Carmelite in any recent time?
No, is that still coming into the
Yeah.
market?
The place I would drink it, if I had to like point on a map, is Monk's Pub. They have a pretty permanent setup there.
Okay, that's good.
in
With the glass.
Philadelphia?
Here. And,
Downtown.
Yeah.
Now Monk's Cafe, Monk's Pub.
Yeah, gotcha. That place is great.
It's awesome. But that is like, storied levels of foam, so much that the glass, has to be what it is, like
Yeah,
a
I
fish
can-
bowl to accommodate it. And,
Right.
But it's so good. Like, it's just so good when you have it that way, and it's uniquely its own thing.
Yes. I suggest we take a quick break. I'm going to fill myself up a beer, perhaps some that were brought for us to try. I'm assuming they're not just there for the audio only.
Those are looking beers.
Those are looking beers.
Yeah.
And then we'll come
I'm
back.
taking them back with me.
And then when we come back, VinePair asked brewers and brewery professionals what their top taproom red flags were. So I'm curious what we think red flags are, because I will say I should probably pull up what that actually was. But the people they asked were all like brewery owners, head brewers, and like chief marketing officers. I was like, why would you?
And this is red flags of me as a customer going into the tap room, or me as the tap room owner, like seeing people and being like, "Oh, that guy's drunk."
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
No. No, like red flags for not
That guy-
having a good tap room.
That guy brought his own Delta 9 and is shotgunning it in the
Right.
bathroom.
Exactly.
It's a red flag.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Of when if I go into a tap room and I see XYZ thing, that's a red flag.
Right, not like, I think that guy has diarrhea coming out of his shorts. Like, no, not that type.
There
of
was
red flag.
one guy that was a huge red flag at our tap room who opened the door to the tap room and then peed his pants.
Oh.
And then and then tried to come in, and we were like, "I don't think so." And he's like, I'm on my way home." We're like, "Yeah, you definitely are on your way home."
That's awesome.
Yeah, he tried to come in and sit down. We had to be like, "No, you can't sit down."
That's great.
Yeah,
Man,
that's a red flag. That's for sure.
that's a red flag.
a yellow
That's a
flag.
funny one.
Yeah, that's
And the best
that's
part
the
about
other-
it is
his money spends, guys.
Right, exactly.
Dram
It-
shop laws say his money spends. So
Yeah. The good thing about that story is you didn't have to clean up after him.
No, he
anyway.
was still
He was
outside.
still beyond the threshold.
yeah,
Because we've definitely. I mean, it happens all the damn time here. It's crazy.
people peeing themselves happens all the time.
No, like just weird stuff. Somebody
Oh, yeah.
barfed in the women's room yesterday before 1.
Damn.
Someone did. I don't know. Someone's like, someone who works in the kitchen was like, yeah, somebody just barfed in the women's bathroom. It's and not even in the toilet area.
That's from
It's on the
previous
floor.
night, though. You know, like
Who knows?
That's
Yeah.
some hangover.
Doesn't sound right.
That's they're trying to get hair of the dog going and
Right.
realize you're just an alcoholic now and disgust yourself and throw up on the bathroom.
We have a trash can in the men's bathroom,
Go home and think about what you just did.
Yeah.
and
like
we
a
don't have
incredible
any.
week.
We have a hand dryer, and we don't have any paper towels. So like
Same.
it's like never used really. It's a pretty tall one. It's like a full sized trash can, and I realized, long story short, that someone had just completely unhealthily diarrheaed all inside of it. Just like that's what they used to go to the bathroom. I was like, what? Again, I think it was the daytime. It might have been early evening. Yeah, just people are crazy, man.
Yeah, post
People
coffee.
are crazy. Exactly. Yeah, can make it to the bathroom, not to the toilet. I'm guessing the thing was shut, like our stall was shut, and someone's like, well,
Can't go.
I mean,
Can't go in the
I mean,
urinal.
go into the women's room then.
It's the urinal or the garbage can.
Latch behind
That's
you.
a tough choice. It's real Sophie's choice of.
Oh my God, in that instance, he made the right call.
Yeah.
Do not go in the urinal.
Yeah.
On that note,
That has also happened.
I guess sink
Let's
is
get out
like
of here. No, that has also happened. That goes. I mean, that's still legendary here as the
Take a
worst.
break. Let's take a break.
All right, we'll be back. We got a lot of talk to unpack, and we'll be back with more of the Beer Temple podcast.
We are back. Welcome back to the Beer Temple podcast. I'm your co-host Mike from Is Was, here with Chris from the Beer Temple, Rich from Funkytown, and Rob from Supermoon.
And here's a question I don't think I've ever asked of our other roundtableists before, but it's a question I have for both of you. How did you come up with your brewery names? Is there a story behind it?
I don't think we've
So-
ever asked that question
Yeah.
before. We get asked that.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah. It's a weird name.
Yeah. All right. Well, Rich, Funkytown. What's up with the name?
Funkytown. So we were trying to just come up with something that can connect with community, and we were thinking about 70s soul. Well, first think about the song Funkytown. Everybody knows it. It's generational.
Yeah.
It's just connected to good feeling, good vibe. And then we were like, all right, we are speaking specific to the black community because we do want to get them into beer. So we were thinking just filling out the story. So we were thinking about soul music, the Delphonics, George Clinton. Then we were thinking the NBA dunk contest when Isaiah Ryder went under his legs, and that was called the East Bay Funk Dunk. And then locally, the Brat released that song Funktified. And it was just everybody knows funk means something creative with music or just creative, cool, and it was just really surprising that no breweries had taken that name at this point. So it was we have to jump on this, and that's kind of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured there was something behind it. Same thing with Supermoon. I figured there was something behind that.
Yes.
What is it?
Supermoon was this kind of like this product of the narrative of what we were trying to be originally, which was going to be focused on kind of going back to this like beer that takes a while to make, beer that's released like not that often. And we started to kind of draw this metaphor based on like the cadence of a supermoon, which is like, in a given year, there's like a, handful of these full moons, and then just like a handful of those are classified as supermoons. So there was like a nice metaphor with like the release calendar of how the beers were coming out. And then visually we started to kind of connect the dots with kind of like a interpretation of a pellicle. When you pop the bung of a breather bung on a barrel of fermenting or extended fermentation beer in oak, you see the pellicle, which is this kind of like lunar, dusty, bubbly surface that kind of looks like the surface of the moon, and we kind of designed around that and hid the little ghost in there as a metaphor for
Rufus,
yeast.
right?
Rufus,
Yeah.
as like a invisible, mischievous force in the brewery that's kind of like
a phantom.
wild yeast,
Phantom of
phantom-esque.
sorts. A phantom of sorts.
It's a bit of a hat tip. So yeah, and then Supermoon just kind of all came together in that narrative.
Curious. And how did that name come about? While we're on the topic,
I got really into philosophies about consciousness and how we have like a through line of
course you
consciousness. Yeah. And while there's no like known biological mechanism of why you wake up every day and like have an understanding that you're Chris today and you were Chris yesterday and you're going to be Chris tomorrow. It still defines our life, and even though you were a very different person you were 10 years ago, you still have this idea of who that person was and who you are now. And then I thought that tied into using bottle conditioning and Brettanomyces conditioning and the beers themselves evolving gracefully in the bottle, so it is something today and it was something yesterday, and then will be the flagship beers carrying that into the future.
I just stole the name of the beer
Boom.
temple, so there you go.
From one in Belgium.
The one in Belgium. I was there. I was like, oh, that's a cool name.
I have that.
I'll use that. So we've run the gamut from creative and cool to incredibly heady to even more incredibly heady to very little thought put into it.
They all work.
They all work. Okay.
All right, so taproom red flags.
Taproom red flags. This is a VinePair article. I have perused the article. I won't say I've actually read it, but I perused it, and I was going to. At first, I was like, okay, we can just go through these. I'm like, that's not as fun. At first, I would be like, I want to know what people's. I'm much more interested in hearing what the three of you have as red flags. I can also put my red flags there as well, and then we can see if there's any that have kind of matched up, or if there's any that we missed, and see if we kind of agree. I do find it interesting that I will say in this article, they didn't really focus a lot on like bar people. So I can say they talked to the owner of a brewing company. I take it back. There was a taproom manager. There was a hop company salesperson.
Eric?
Yeah, your boy.
It's your boy.
There was another brewery owner. There was a head brewer, brand director. You get the idea.
And just like these red flags are like you walk into a tap room and you observe this thing, and then you're going to have a bad time, or the beer is going to be bad, or like what is the trajectory we're looking for here? Because there's like different red flags for different things.
You
like
identified
that, right?
the red flag of this article.
Yeah, sure.
Which is
Okay, should I read the kind of?
Yeah,
I'll read the
what's
intro.
Their prompt,
Okay,
their
their
idea
prompt,
of
exactly.
what we're thinking here. Because I have different ones. For
Okay,
some
this
of
is
those.
from VinePair, and this was words by Rich Manning. A good brewery taproom sets the scene for a great drinking experience. Ideally, a brewery curates an ambiance that's chill and unpretentious, providing the backdrop for communities to
Being
gather.
unpretentious is the new pretentious.
Appreciate the art behind carefully crafted brew, and enjoy the company of friends and fellow beer enthusiasts. In this atmosphere, an IPA lager or stout can somehow taste even better, even if it's already outstanding. I didn't read any of this stuff before when I read. A bad brewery taproom has the exact opposite effect. Doesn't matter how great a beer may be. If the taproom is, whatever, no good, it's going to ruin it. But what red flags wave the most aggressively?
Got it. So just like you're going to have just bad vibes.
Yeah.
Got it. We're not like these draft lines are dirty. So that's not like, I mean, that's probably not a great sign, but.
I mean, that would be a pretty big red flag, I'd say.
I have two that are like immediately upon walking in the door you can typically see for me personally.
Give one.
Quality and volume of sound. So like how like loud and echoey it is. It can be loud, that's fine. If it's like energy or it's like the music is a little louder, like I don't mind that. But if it's like boomy and echoey and it's like there was no thought put into like the way that room's going to feel auditorially, that'll ruin my entire experience.
Your biggest red flag, I will say,
it's the first thing I noticed.
Shockingly not listed as one of the red flags in this Vine Pair.
Sometimes Vine Pair is wrong.
Auditory.
It's like
comfort.
More just like the boomy and echoey. Like I don't want to feel like I'm in the actual brewery. Like
we had a long conversation about this before your place opened.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that I'm a big kind of proponent of that as well. But
yeah. I mean, and like I went to school for music, so like those types of things, like the sound quality of things is very important. And like it's one of those things that you don't think about, and people aren't going to articulate it. Like no one's going to like. Very infrequently are people going to go on a Google review and be like, I felt uncomfortable because the sound was echoing off of hard surfaces.
No, they're just going to leave because they don't feel comfortable.
They're just not going to say anything. They're never going to come back.
They're not even going to know why.
Right, they're not going to know why.
Unless it's so bad that it's like hurting their ears.
Yeah.
Which is, you really messed up then.
Yeah, and I think I personally don't love the industrial taproom space. Like I think there was an era where it was cool to like be like if there's no partition and you're in the brewery, like you're seeing them brew the beer, and I'm like, okay, but like I don't know, whatever, like because I'm in there all the time, like I don't want to do that. Like if I'm going to your tap room, I want to like feel comfortable.
Now, Fathead's primary space is fairly industrial. Sound is fine in it though.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like it definitely is. Like they put thought into it.
They definitely had somebody do that.
When I walked in. It was Saturday. It was probably like 4 o'clock.
And probably pretty packed.
Literally, the people walking in before me were a 16 top.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no problem.
And then I just like walked past them and went to the bar. And I'm like, I didn't even ask I didn't even know if you need to be seated at the bar. I just walked and sat down. I'm like, I am not waiting. And like it was 9 kids, or like 12 kids. And I'm like, I am not hanging out with these people. Wow. These kids can't hold their headhunters down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Imagine being 4 adults bringing in 16 kids.
It was
assuming your math is
it might have been
correct.
Yeah, I mean maybe it was closer to 50-50, but it was
4 kids per adult. That would suck.
It was probably 3 kids per adult. Probably 3.
It's a lot.
Anyway, that's not a red flag though necessarily.
Kudos to whatever adult it's like, all right, we got 12 kids. Where do you want to go? Let's go to a brewery. Screw it. Screw it. Let's go to a brewery.
That place makes sense because it's so big, and like we have trouble with this sometimes, and we're now veering off of what we're supposed to be talking about. But like people think they can bring their kids to any brewery tap room, and they're allowed to like run around and like not watch their kids because it's an industrial space.
We're putting in a changing station for the first time.
We have a changing station, and like we like welcome kids, but like you still have to watch your kid. It's kind of like has been something of a contention. We had someone to email us that like their kid ran behind the bar. And our bartender was like, "Hey, you can't play behind the bar." And they're like, "We felt really uncomfortable, so we were not going to be coming back." It's like, I mean, that's probably good if you're not like watching your 1-year-old run behind the bar and be like, you're not telling the kid like don't go back
Those
there.
people are crazy.
Yeah,
Those people are crazy.
Yeah.
And you don't want them there.
I just got this email, so I got to like actually ask some questions of people that might have been working at that time. Like, what actually happened?
We set
here?
a
But,
weird standard because my 1-year-old was behind the bar.
Yeah. but he is like strong behind the stick and can really
Yeah,
bartend.
he
so,
knows what's up. Yeah, he pours a nice beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's up.
But yeah, I got that email and I'm like reading it and I'm like, how do I respond to this and be like, yeah, you need to be watching your kid. Like
My kids are and have always known when the bar is open, they're not allowed behind the bar.
Right. Well, I mean, like this is a 1-year-old, but still, it's like this kid got away.
The most they
can
can do is
quickly.
reach and set a glass, an empty, dirty glass that I've asked them to bus
Right.
onto the inner wash sink.
Right.
That's the most they're allowed to do.
Right. But even if that said, I wouldn't even say. There's a lot of argument about this, but kids in a tap room for me isn't necessarily a red flag that I'm gonna have a bad time in that tap room.
No.
Like some people are like, no kids in tap rooms.
Kids
but,
running
whatever,
in the
man.
tap room.
yeah.
Kids running anywhere in any restaurant, unless you're at Chuck E. Cheese
Yep.
or like Uncle Julio's or
Right.
something
Castle.
like that. It's like, but then I don't go to those places for
Right.
that reason.
And in my head, though, that's not the kids' fault. The kids are going
No.
to be kids. It's the parents being like, we came to this place, and because it's like it's not a sit-down restaurant. I don't have to respect this place. These kids can run all over. I don't have to watch them.
But you know
No.
what the paradox of this whole thing is in other segments when you guys and other beer people start talking about this, we're lamenting the fact that our core beer drinking audience who came up on craft beer are now aging out of it.
Totally.
Those
But-
are the people with kids now, and they're like, we want them there, and they want to be there, and there's also like this totally unasked for responsibility of us being like, now watch your kids. Like, we
Right.
want you here. We need your money. We need you to stay interested in what we're doing into your 40s, but watch your
You
kids.
also still have to be a parent while you're
yeah,
here drinking.
it's like everyone's
And-
learning
and, like,
together in a weird
99% of the time,
Interesting way
it's
to
not
put
a
it.
problem. Like we have a skee ball machine, and like we're fine with kids. Like don't come in and do this. But kids are just like people will put money in the skee ball cage, and kids are just like overhand throwing it at like
Yeah.
what it's like whatever. It's just but like you can't go behind the bar. You can't run behind the bar if you're a little kid. And like the parents are there watching them do it and be like, hey, you can't do that. Like so, you just gotta watch your kid. You know, like. It isn't a big like, and we don't have an outdoor space. If there's like a big outdoor space and there's like a jungle gym or something, you're at like a play place in a McDonald's, fine. But like, that's not what we are, and it's not what any tap room really is.
All right, who's next?
Yeah.
Red flag. So just to be clear, your number one red flag is
I'm doing,
acoustic, lack of acoustic forethought.
yeah. I think
Number
that's
one.
a good way to say that.
Okay.
It's the first thing I notice, and probably the thing that affects me the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next? What's a red flag? Doesn't need to be your biggest red flag. What's a red flag when you walk into a tap room that this place
I've got two.
is going to suck?
I've got two.
What?
And this is my...
Or I'm not into, maybe.
I-
Suck to me.
This is classify this as the two things based on this article that queued me up to be like, I'm going to judge this place. And the first thing is Instagram counter. Drives me crazy.
I've never seen that except on Instagram as an ad.
So people
like
buy
you
them,
have to,
obviously.
you
I've
have
only
to
seen
get
it
this.
Yeah, people buy them.
I've never
obviously.
seen it. Yeah.
I have. They annoy the shit out of me.
Oh,
a whole
I
other
wouldn't
conversation.
like that.
Yeah, it just bugs me. It's like this is clearly what you're showing people you care about.
Well, it's so funny to be
it's
like,
interesting.
people are here in person, and then we're pointing to like, but online, look at this.
It's the
Look at this
tackiest
fake-
gimmick. Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is. Yeah, it's just.
We're popular.
So that's a big number one for me.
What if it starts going down?
What's that?
That's funny.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Unfollow them just because they have it and watch the
Yeah.
number go down.
Yeah.
That's sick.
My second
Interesting.
one is
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Two of them.
is too much merch.
Ah.
I get
Probably proportional. Too much merch.
What do you mean?
Like Sierra Nevada is going to have a lot of merch, right?
Yeah, but even that kind of bothers me. I'm like, when I start to look at merch and the expense, like the overhead and all the money that's sunk when it's sitting on display and all this, I told Mike this. Like, I have
I'll be right back. I'm
Absolutely.
realizing what's happening.
Yeah,
Fred has locked the door to the bottle shop.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on. You keep talking.
I told you the story about at Penrose, we had like a huge merch order. So we opened, we got some merch, we sold some merch, and then we're like, all right, we need this huge merch order to make,
It's so
costs.
expensive.
It's nuts. And we bought, I don't know, just tons of merch. Got it in, and even bought like Rubbermaid, storage bins to house the merch. And it's something. I don't know how this happened, but mice got into it and chewed through layers of sweatshirts and shirts, just holes all the way down, like tunneled through the merch. And you'd hold up all these, merch with holes in it. And it was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of destroyed merch. So I have this like particular sensitivity to it because I remember seeing
that's trauma.
the bullet holes in these fucking shirts. Anyway, the thing that and to me, I actually judge them exactly the same. Size of brewery does not matter to me. And the reason is when you start to like really feel the pain of how much merch costs and like how much. Again, my personal opinion experiences is like at some level you are doing things that people are telling you to do just to do them, which is lazy and annoying to me. But as a business owner, when you start like, if you can buy a full outfit at a brewery, I just think you should have paid your employees more money. I think you should have taken care of the people. I think you should have given people money to buy the clothes they want to buy that work for you versus having a long sleeve shirt, an undershirt, shorts, cycling socks, snap bracelets, a fucking yo-yo, like whatever. I think you should give that money back.
Interesting.
And I think it's a show of like too much money.
Okay. I'll say that for almost every example, I would say for myself, I'm open to the idea that there are exceptions, because I think an exception to that would be, for me, Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
Their merch, they have a huge merch area. It's all like, I think, thoughtful in a way. There's tons of it. You could probably buy like a Sierra Nevada kayak if you wanted to. But I don't know.
Rob hates Sierra Nevada.
I
like
I
it.
also think there's like ones that are like when it's like a pilgrimage site like that makes more sense to me. If it's just like a corner like neighborhood brewery and you have like 20 different types of T-shirts, then it's like
or shitty versions of those things. The thing that really starts to piss me off, and this is red flag as a consumer, red flag as a business owner, is just like when you are just nodding your head to the guy selling you all the off-brand bullshit, like fake Ray-Bans and all this stuff with your logo on it. Like, I don't understand why you can't like buy nicer malt or like,
Well, that's where like I think the Sierra Nevada one is
like,
next. Like I think they are doing the right things.
Sierra Nevada
by
is
their
probably
people and stuff.
the one, New Belgium, similar scale. There is probably a scaled issue here where like those things do operate entire ecosystems based on merchandise that I will never understand.
I think there was an era in craft brewing too where like people were like, you can make so much money selling Mega Man T-shirts, and it's like, first that's over, and also it was lame to begin with. Like
450 North, not the cast any stones. Huge merch area. I mean, the merch area there was probably a third of the entire tap room.
That cash flow,
including
blows my
where you
mind.
had to like stand to order, like the beers and everything.
yeah,
Let me just say this too.
Tons of glass.
That
I bought the
amount
cheapest
of
glass. I think it was
money
$15.
that is parked in wearables. Like, put that in the context. So they're still open. Put that in context of any number of the 1,000 breweries that closed last year. I bet they fucking wish they had some of those thousands of dollars to make their last whatever payment or settle up, things before they had to close. Like, it just seems silly to me that everyone's talking about how hard it is, but you buy in a lot of these, the terms on like merch is like you pay. You
pay.
You're like out.
We pay like it's like net negative 30 when
Yeah.
when we buy merch. It's like we pay you and then it gets made in
Especially
China,
if
wherever,
you-
and then it's shipped to us.
Well,
like
like
it's
if you have
crazy.
if you have a local
Yeah.
partner too, it's even more on you to be like, I'm going to pay my neighbor quickly, pay him the money.
Right.
Like I'm speaking for myself. We have a local merch
we use a local
provider,
person.
and I love the guy, love his business, love his products, but it's like it's a neighborly thing to do to be like, I'll pay you quickly because I see you all
Right.
the time. But then I got to sell that stuff or sit on it or be comfortable sitting on it, and
Right.
you can tell where my pain points are here.
Also, for me, it's like I feel when I write that check because it's a good amount of money. It's more. We spent more money on. Now, granted, it's like once a year we do this, but more money on malt or on shirts last month than we spent on malt or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I never think about it again until someone's like, I'm in the tap room doing something else, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, we're out of mediums," because like we don't have a good system for
Totally.
anything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wait, we're out of. But how are we out of that already? Like, what happened? And I'm like,
You didn't order enough.
have to
You
buy
ordered too
more
many
merch.
extra smalls.
And like, it doesn't like I look at our sales and our numbers, and like I'm like, I don't see the merch money coming in. It doesn't never feels like, man, what did we? Oh, we had a really good Saturday. What did we do? I'm like, well, we sold 9 T-shirts. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's like just like you sell a couple of
Well,
T-shirts every day.
Right.
It trickles in. It's the lowest margin thing we have. Like the beer is so much more valuable. But then it's like, well, you have to have at least a couple shirts.
And there are
Right?
some
Like-
breweries that have that move some serious merch in this
Yeah.
city.
But the armchair expert take is always like, well, you can make money on merch. And it's like, well, you probably don't own a business.
Yeah,
Because,
it's not. It's
when
not
you break
free.
apart what comes back on the
Right.
shirt and when it comes back, if it comes back, like if you're Penrose and this mice thing happens, like you don't get insurance on shirts.
Right.
We're just out that money. And like when you're paying people and
should,
trying to pay people well, you're breaking apart the dollars that come back on a shirt and they're gone already. Like it's not,
Right.
it doesn't make you money. And no one is like giving out Christmas bonuses because he sold a bunch of merch this year. It's like those things are flat essentially. Or
So
you're an
that's your red
asshole
flag.
for
Right.
charging $50
And-
for a
And we basically end up breaking even on it because I'm stupid and giving away shit all the time.
Well, but that's okay. That's not stupid. I mean, you can price it accordingly.
Yeah, but it's like we're never going to make money on merch because like I feel guilty. Like we have new merch comes in, like, well, everyone who works here should probably get a piece of it, and then my dad's going to want some of
Yeah.
it, and like so
That's okay.
Yeah, but then there's also a number where it's like I can't charge $60 for a T-shirt. So it's like I'm never like it's even if I factor in the fact that I'm giving away 20% of this, like if we break even on merch,
Yeah.
we're lucky.
I think what
think
I just
so.
identified is
I'm with
I'm
you.
jealous of people with enough cash to warrant.
Yeah, the
full,
truth is coming out.
Truth
Yeah.
is you're just jealous.
Yeah, I'm just jealous of that.
It's a red
sweet,
flag of
sweet-ass
your own
cash
business.
If you want a shirt before you go, just let me know.
flow. I don't want a shirt.
So
Okay.
to break
It's
it
not
down,
about the shirt.
Rob's red flag in tap rooms is that they have good cash flow. Got
Yeah.
it.
No, so what was your other one? You had 2. It was
Instagram counter.
Instagram account.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Never
all right,
seen
Rich. Any red flags for you, man?
My things, they're not like necessarily red flags. They won't turn me off immediately, but like it's just my personal biases.
Yeah.
You got to work through. Like when I walk in the tap room, the whole industrial warehouse thing. Like I am a little tired of it.
Yep.
I like to just see more closer hospitable spaces. When I see a bunch of IPAs on tap, I'm just unless it's like an IPA brewery. I'm just like, okay, this might be somebody else that's just chasing trends and whatnot. And probably my most like specific one, like picnic tables in the parking lot. I feel
thrown out there.
like beer gardens. Like if you have that opportunity, like you really should try to like make that a real nice space for people to
that's a
enjoy.
good
They
one.
want to hang out there all day. Like too many times you're just like on that hot ass black asphalt and. Yeah, there's really no experience there's no vibe
Right.
to like the beer garden. I don't like, the beer gardens are special.
Yeah.
I think they're a unique way to bring out your individual brand. And so when I see that, like it just kind of doesn't mean it's going to be a bad experience, but it's just a bias or just an obstacle you got to work through. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like both of them. Or just like the industrial and that.
low effort outdoor seating is like something I'm never going to sit out there.
Right. But like, here's the thing. Like, I remember going to Colorado, like, a long time ago, and that industrial feel felt kind of cool and new to me back then. And I would go to Oscar Blues, and I would, I was like, wow, this is cool. And like, I wonder if I went there now, if it would feel tired, or if they were doing it. Was it novel, or were they doing it somehow better, or both?
Right.
I don't know. But some of the things that they take, like the corrugated metal bar, to me, I don't know if it's a red flag, but to me, I'm just kind of like, my shoulders sag when I come in, and I'm like, oh, really? Come on,
you already
guys.
know, like, for like 90% of those places, you know what that IPA tastes like already.
I guess maybe. I don't know.
Have you heard? Have you heard of the stool, the brewery stool?
Yeah.
That's totally in this category, which
What's
is
the
like
brewery stool?
it's like a Amazon stool that for some reason disproportionate amounts of new breweries.
Oh, the little
see
like
'em.
square,
the
with like
oval
yeah.
hole cut into it.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
They're just like cheap. They're stackable. Like they're indestructible.
Yeah.
They're like, and I guess like part of this is like a lot of these things are just like cheap decisions, which I totally understand. Like you trying to save money, but it's cheap decisions at the expense of vibe and comfort. Like, and all of these things have exceptions too, right? If I walk into an industrial space, but the vibe is like, and like the it's a little boomy and loud, but like the way that people are treating each other is really nice, and like the beers are really good, like then I'll end up loving it and being like, but if I walk in there and like I'm like, okay, they didn't think about this, they didn't care about this, and it isn't like buzzing and like there's like something that they do really well, then that's when these start being red flags.
I think Rev Kedzie is a living example of the one that's still doing it pretty well.
Sure.
It feels right, like the right balance of those particular variables.
Especially for like a very industrial, very high ceiling space.
Yeah.
I think another big one for me is lighting. Like if it's just like you're literally in the corner of their factory and there's no like, it's like fluorescent lights, or even if you're not in the corner of the factory, but it's like fluorescent lights, or even like the wrong LEDs that like, again, like just like a cost saving maneuver at the expense of vibe. Like lighting is like 80% of the way you feel in a place, I feel like, and if it's like off, I'm like, I don't want to be like drinking in a library, you know. But that's it, yeah. Like sound and lighting. It's
I think. I mean, for
that's like
the person who's
99%.
read the article, I'm trying to think of like what my red flags were. I mean, as a hyper judgmental person,
Slow
what
service.
are my red? Yeah, what are my red flags? Man, a red flag is one where I guess I'm just like
Human life-sized board games or whatever.
oh, right. Yes. No, that is beyond. If there's like giant beer pong or something like that happening, no, I can't. But that's so beyond. I'm not even going to mention it.
Just not being served by taproom managers.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Being 86 for being too East Coast. And
I'm just
San
trying to think of
Diego.
all the examples where I've noticed. Like I would say shaker pints, but I've been to like old school places where you might go to Russian River, the original Russian River, and they might give you shaker pints.
Right. There are certainly exceptions, and that's when like vibe and like other things.
Oh, like this is back in the day when like
that's what they had.
They're doing it. They're still doing it because they always have. And,
Right.
You know, Hopleaf uses a lot of shaker pints and stuff like that. Unclean glassware. I think is completely unacceptable, right?
100%,
Always has been.
100%.
Nowadays, it's like unacceptable, right?
Absolutely.
I text my staff.
here's
pictures of
one.
Dirty glasses whenever I have them.
No
places.
no head on the beer when it comes out.
yeah.
This is just for a bar, not just a tap room.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if a bar comes out and it's just like filled to the brim and there's no head on it, essentially no chance I will ever be back.
Yeah.
If it's my decision, like unless I'm being dragged there.
You
or
don't
it's
like Iceman pours?
Exactly. Yeah, if you're getting like a lager and it's just like there's nothing there and it's just like, that's like the worst. Like bad carbonation and stuff like that from their draft lines. No.
There was a mention in the article of beer knowledge, where it was positioned like it. Really drives me crazy when bartenders don't have enough beer knowledge or something like that. And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying obviously in a brewery tap room that people should have none, but we've made a point to hire. Not made a point. We have hired non-industry people exclusively, and it's been to our benefit, and I think to our customers' benefit, because a lot of these folks admittedly were like, well, I don't really know that much about beer. And my reply was like, I don't really give a shit. Like, we can teach you about beer, and specifically we can teach you about the way that I want you to talk about these beers. Right. And then if people come in and they're trying to trick you or quiz you, then just pour them the beer and move along. Right. You don't need to be expert. I'm the expert. You don't need to be how many IBUs is this or whatever. And I guess my point is putting undue pressure on a taproom bartender to be the expert, I think, is completely unrealistic from both other brewery owners who write these or chime in on these things, and from really the customers. Real customers, I would say 8 out of 10 come in and they're not looking to be taken to school. They read the menu, they order a beer, they get around. They don't want to be preached to or
just some surface level stuff. You don't need to dive all the way in.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think this is where there's probably a difference between the tap room and the beer bar too, right? Where you probably need to have a lot more breadth of knowledge at a beer bar. Where a tap room, you need to know the basic things about it, and you need to know about the place you're working. But you don't need to know every style of beer or we get a lot of and it's always during the day, and it's usually groups of people where there's one guy who's quizzing our bartender about process. And I'm not going to tell them all this. I'm not going to make our bartenders know all this stuff about the process, because it's just going to be stuff they're not going to remember, things that are going to get mistranslated.
And then what you don't want is them to get it wrong but not realize they've got it wrong, right, and then speak authoritatively incorrectly. That's the worst.
Right. Totally.
So much better to say I don't know.
Yeah, and so I'm just if the people are asking you those questions, just be I don't know. It's totally fine. Whereas I think it used to be the bartender had to have all of the knowledge in a craft beer situation, and the consumer, and especially those consumers that are there to ask you questions to show you how smart they are, not to get more information or to better experience the beer.
You know what? That's a red flag for me, is when the bartender is spouting off wrong shit. I do not like that. I've heard it. You don't hear it too often, but that I don't like. I'm trying to think of
it is something my ears perk up when I hear people's it's never our bartenders, because we've never taught them this, but I was at when I'm at other places and people are explaining my beers to people that I didn't train about it. They're and Brettanomyces adds acidity, and I'm what? No, we can't be doing this.
Right.
That's one of the few ones where I'm no, this is just factually incorrect, and it's almost always someone who has enough knowledge to know a little bit of what's going on, but doesn't know that specific thing, and I'm that's very detrimental to a lot of.
Sure.
So, but if the bartender is saying wrong things confidently, that's definitely a red flag.
Here's one. I mean, red flag to me seems so harsh, but how about just a maybe orange to red flag? You go into a place, stuff that I just I'm not sure. When you're saying it's too big of a merch section or too much merch.
Yeah, don't get me started.
If the menu, the food menu, is too big, I tend to be why do you have jalapeno poppers or wings or nachos or
Hot
pretzel
roast.
bites or mini tacos or all these things just on your appetizers, and then you have this, and it's like, okay, you're a I don't want to say Applebee's, but that's the one that comes to mind. You're something like this, and then you also have beer, and I'm thinking that your beer is probably as thought through as your food, and
Right.
And maybe you have really good jalapeno poppers. Maybe you and maybe your beer is still the good Pilsner or whatever it is, but is it going to be like really good?
Right. I think like a tap room draft list that is really big and covers a lot of different styles, and there isn't isn't like a focus of any kind really. It's like the generic, like they make all the things. It's like, and there's like 25 beers on draft or something, and I look at that and I'm just like, I don't believe any of these.
And the funny thing is, what's an exception to many of these is Fathead. You go there, they have like
I don't
50
know,
taps, dude.
They have 50 taps, but like I'm not ordering 49 of them. I'm just getting head on.
I've ordered a lot of them, and they're usually more often than not, they're almost always a B or above, and sometimes you'll be like, holy crap, this Italian Pilsner is insane.
Sure.
There. Anyway.
Hey, you guys been to Treehouse? Anybody been to Treehouse?
I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
They would probably be another exception to a lot of
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Because they knock it out of the park.
The beers are really good.
Yeah.
And there's another thing, like I guess all of their employees are extremely well trained on like all of the processes. So like you kind of just slightly dive in and they kind of lead you down like the path. And
I think
that's cool.
You make a good point, which is we could name the exceptions.
Right.
And the exceptions are really the top tier, and they should not be held to these same generalities. But the problem is that we have been, if we can get real grumpy about it, like we've been at this race to mediocrity for like 20 years, and for every treehouse there are 300
Juice factories.
people that just like that don't have a point of view.
300, more than that.
For every one treehouse, there's
more.
There's
than
9,000 other breweries that are. Well, I think it's also
I
like
mean-
those things that are like the exceptions. The reason these are red flags is because what probably happened is the exceptions were doing them, and it worked and was like something fundamental to how they functioned that worked really well. That other breweries were like, well, XYZ brewery does it like this, and so then it got copy and pasted 100 times.
Well,
and so we've gone to the one that's been copy and pasted way more times. We've been to the one that's like the authentic version. So you walk in and you're like, okay, you have 15 hazy IPAs on draft, and like I'm in an industrial setting, and I had to like stand outside for a while. Like, this is stupid. But then you go to like one of them, and you're like, oh, this is cool. Like you go to the one that's like you go to like Treehouse, or you go to Hill Farmstead, and you're like, oh, all these things that people are trying to make it feel like this is because this place is just like that, and it feels good to be here. It doesn't feel good to be here because of this this specific like aesthetic. It's like just there's something that about the holistic entity that people are just taking bits and parts from and misapplying.
Well, and how much of that too is also, let's just call it what it is, which is like you can have a visual reference or a vision board or like a whatever you want to call it, like a lookbook at your fingertips at any one time, called Instagram, and all you have to do if you're opening a business is to like put together a bunch of visual cues and references to other things you think you want your place to look like, and then kind of like do bad copy pastes to get them there. I think this pocket of time I'm talking about is like when Instagram, at the risk of sounding old and whatever, but like when Instagram didn't exist and you had to come up with an aesthetic on your own, it was authentic by definition. It was fundamentally more authentic to have to come up with it, regardless of what it actually looked like, than to be a bad copy and paste version of something else or an amalgamation of a bunch of details you found on Pinterest or whatever, because it's not. One is fundamentally authentic and one is fundamentally just like mosaicked, together.
Right.
And I think that shit just wears off. Like people can sense that.
Right. And there's an artist I really like who has this saying that says like your workarounds are your style. And so like the things that you like need to do out of necessity, because of either lack of funds or lack of skill, become your style, and that's like who you are as like a creative person. And so like there's a lot of places that started that way where there wasn't a lot of money in craft beer, so they were like bare bones tap rooms because you couldn't do all those things, or there wasn't like things that were easy. You couldn't go on Amazon and buy like the right sconces or whatever as easily. And so you use what you had around you and use what you could scrape up. But then if you're then copying someone else's work around, well, that's not your style, that's their style. And so I don't know, there's like a lot of
it's on a what do I call it, a paradigm, because everyone's influenced by other places, right?
Totally. But like there's like a weathered aesthetic, or there's like a false, like there's a lot of things that have happened in the last 10 years that are like meant to look old, like things that are meant to look lived in, or things that are meant to be like, this has been here a long time. It's like, well, those look like that because they've been there a long time. Make something like that is like current, or like more true to like who you are right now. And like, I don't know. That's
happening in the bar scene too. Like, I don't like that, where it's like they want a place to open up and have people come in and be like, oh my God, this is like such a unique, weird, old, weathered bar that's so authentic and stuff like that. I mean, there's a bar that was
Stolen Valor.
I mean, it's kind of like going for that vibe, but it's like we want it to look like this, I don't know, quirky, old, lived-in bar, which I get. Like,
yeah, it's the opposite side of the
new bars just don't have that same feel. But
yeah, but you guys didn't do that. You got a
and
new
it
bar
sucked,
built,
and we're still working into it. But I did it on purpose. But we're still. I mean, I just bought I asked Tom Turkey to put up in the house, literally right up there.
But that's how you grow authentically,
right?
And the aesthetic evolves like
If
one
on day
item
w-
after another. Like most, like the you go to Tyria and it's not like, well, I don't think all this shit was just up here immediately. Like
if you open on
in
day
the
one
bar.
with that shit on the wall, like
Yeah. Then you're like basically a themed restaurant. Like you're not like an individual authentic space. You are just happen to be in the genre of tap room as a bar.
Do we want to hear some of what they said?
Sure.
Okay. So staff that's not engaged. One of the biggest red flags is a brewery. At a brewery is when the staff are unwilling to engage in customers about the procedure or process. No light beer option.
What?
Yeah.
Like no like LITE or LIGA, like no Miller Lite in a tap room is this person's red flag? Or like no like
if there isn't a
lighter
light beer option such as a lager, I get a little nervous. A lighter beer like a lager doesn't have a ton of hops or fruit to cover up the flaws. I can tell a lot about a brewery and the brewery process and technique.
Okay, that's a little bit more acceptable than like no Miller Lights.
And then another one is
I disagree with that entire statement.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you can. I think that sounds like a homebrew forum from 20 years ago of people being like, lagers are good because you can't hide behind the flaws. Like, I've had plenty of flawed ass other things.
yeah, just because it's on the board doesn't mean it's not flawed.
Cleanliness is another one. Dirty glassware dirty glassware on tables and garbage everywhere is a sign that a space doesn't seem under control. Okay, I'll give that one. I mean, that would, especially if it's not busy and there's just like
It's just
stuff
people
sitting around.
aren't busting things.
Yeah. Small red size flags, but I have to go with nucleation bubbles on glassware. Someone said. Inappropriate glassware. Another person said. This person says I don't want to drink out of like a mason jar. Is what they're saying. Okay.
That's very fair.
Glasses shaped like cans are also terrible.
That's true.
I fully agree with that one.
Yeah.
Especially behind a bar, like you can't stack them. Like they're like
Right.
Those are trash.
Although there's quite a few sensory red flags, I think the biggest red flag at a brewery tap room, That is the easiest to spot is when a taproom employees dip the beer faucet into the beer they are pouring. I don't know.
No Lucers.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Person hates Lucers.
Yeah, I don't know. That's from
like
Threes.
1999.
No, that's the guy from Threes Brewing in Brooklyn. Aren't they super cool?
Yeah.
Lack of individual identity. Good brewery taprooms tell you who the brewery is. Great ones scheme and show you their values.
I think that's like the macro one. That's like all of these fall on. A lot of these fall underneath that too.
Yeah. Before I even get to the bar to verify they are pouring beer in style appropriate and clean glassware, I let my ears do the assessing. I can tell within never mind. I can tell with a matter of few steps in the place if I'm going to have a good time. I'm a huge music buff and open to all sorts of genres. But if I hear something like Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue blaring, I'm sorry, I'm very likely going to turn around and not even make it to the bar. That sounds lame to me.
That's pretty lame.
That's lame.
I'm pretty playlist agnostic.
I'm not. I sometimes go back and forth with my staff about that. I still let them choose, but yeah. But they go the opposite direction. It's like when I walk into a bar and I hear atonal music, it's like, do I want to drink beer to this?
Well, what if it's Free Jazz Friday?
Well, that's true.
I used to.
I'm kidding. Then taprooms should be inviting spaces that encourage conversation and exploration. If the lighting is too bright and the music is awful, it's too loud to talk, or God forbid there's no music, I don't care how good your beer is because I won't want to hang out there long enough to actually enjoy it. Okay? Here's one. I came up in the DIY warehouse era of taprooms, so perhaps have built in some resiliency to common red flags, but there's one thing I just haven't been able to get past, which I think often goes unmentioned: house furniture. I don't want to sit on your grandmother's peeling leather couch. That cloth cushioned chair might look good in the corner of your den, but I just watched someone's baby throw up on it. Okay, yeah, there you go. That was all of them. House furniture and stuff like that.
I mean, we have like a couch and a coffee table and something in the corner, but it's not like...
That's different.
Yeah, and we bought it new. It's not like we like pulled it out of our garage or something.
Yeah, it's not like... Yeah. It's not like a nasty-ass piece of furniture.
Yeah, right.
There.
It's a nice couple nice pieces of furniture.
Yeah, or nice enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Nice enough, I guess.
Right. No, I'm not talking about your furniture. I'm
right.
talking about like
It would have to be something I want to actually sit on at my own house. You know, like and I don't live, in a frat.
Can I ask the question about this article?
Yeah.
Is this just like a perpetual op-ed? Like they don't write things; they just cue other people to give them things, and then you just
probably
some of them. Yeah, it's just like
okay.
We asked 26 brewery professionals about what their red flags are, and they just
So this is Vine Pair. Is it rude to request specific timing for wine service at restaurants? I'm sure they're asking
but it's
different
not a
people
single
that.
person's,
the highest rated IPA in every state. There's nothing really about that. We asked 10 brewers what the biggest red flag is.
Other than Dave and Fonte, most of their stuff is like we asked 26 people what it is to be beer cool, and
we've appeared on this thing, and I still don't know exactly what it is, but
as a red flag,
it's a red flag for me. I just it seems a little.
You came up in their red flags article.
One red flag is being at Supermoon.
Supermoon.
Am I in a house? Am I in a brewery? I don't know what I'm doing here.
The red flag. Yeah, I do check a lot of those boxes. The red flag for me is these. I know Vine Pair. I know of it, and it's ubiquitous enough, seemingly without a journalistic structure. It's just kind of like a content machine.
Yeah,
it mostly 2025, baby. It's like
there is a little bit. There is a writer.
I'm saying we take these things seriously.
Yeah,
but
I think that's what Dave and Fonte is doing.
No, I mean that article I think is meant to be taken about as seriously as we just took it.
Yeah.
It's just whatever.
It's better that Vine Pair is doing it than the New York Times is asking that boomer ass dude to write about what's wrong with craft beer.
Well,
in a now lost episode.
Yeah, about a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago, there was an article about the best that Surge sent us, and was like the best beer from every state.
Was that Vine Pair?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I don't
so.
even
It was like
think.
Men's Health or something.
Yeah, it was like something terrible. And Surge kind of like smelled something fishy. He was like, this guy had beers from every state and decided what the best one was. So he reached out to the guy
No way.
on X or something like that and was like, oh, cool.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And started just asking questions, not even like making it obvious. And it became pretty obvious that the guy had not tasted perhaps any.
It was like a list made up of like other lists that like it was
probably like
or just
ChatGPT.
Untapped or
and then the filler was ChatGPT'd. So like the text in between it was ChatGPT'd about the individual beers, and then he just had a list from the whole article might have been ChatGPT.
What do we do with that?
Sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, no one reads those things anyway, right? Like, no one's like looking at that, and like the only time you see those is when someone like puts it on Instagram, being like, "Look, we're the best beer in Illinois." It's like, okay, no one cares.
Yeah.
Like we put like this is a different one, but there was something in like Time Out Chicago of like the 50 best things to do right now in Chicago, and we're like, one of them was go drink saisons, and it's like no one looked at this article except for people being like, look only at this one slide that we're on. And it's like, it's just so funny the types of things that get published that like probably get like have good metrics and impressions because it involves 50 people with social media presences reposting it, but
Which
like
is probably why they keep doing that
right
stuff.
because like technically it's like probably
Except for someone like me
quote
who
unquote doing well and
never
getting clicks.
It's seen a lot, but like people aren't actually like engaging or remembering what they saw like
Or caring.
10 seconds later,
Yeah.
right?
There are very few things that actually like motivate people to get up and go do anything. Like, it's definitely not going to be a listicle with like the 50 best beers in the United States or whatever that thing was.
Yeah, I've answered a lot of people. We've had a lot of people reaching out from different outlets about like Black Friday and like, what are you doing this year? And I'm like, same thing I do every year, which is
try to take over the world.
We have regular hours, and if you want to come by, I hope you do. But like the rat race of the whole thing, and like we just can't. I'm not getting involved in everybody else's like calendars, and I just can't do it. So, and I don't want to do it. I don't think customers want me to do it either. So,
I want you to do it.
Okay.
Are you a customer?
I won't be there. I just wanted to do
I just
it.
wanted to do it.
So vote for yes.
Yeah, for some merch on Black Friday.
Yeah, I gotta get one
Big
day
merch
only.
drop.
$10K worth of merch showing up at Supermoon
Come
for
on.
Black Friday.
Come on, baby.
Dude, you
Daddy's
gotta
getting rich.
You gotta do a Leatherman jacket.
Yeah.
I'll swear I'll be there.
I'll do a Leatherman jacket with a Leatherman knife.
Ooh.
Letterman jacket with a
Stocked.
Leatherman knife.
Leatherman flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll totally be there. If you do it, I'll totally be there.
Definitely
If I
be
get a
there,
leather
yeah.
jacket.
Oh, if you ever do that, I would buy so much of that.
We're out of medium.
You guys should make
so
more brown ales.
Sorry.
I would buy so much.
We actually have that right
Last
now.
time
Do you
I
want
ever-
one? No,
I already had it.
Yeah,
I already had one.
it.
I had one of those once.
Yeah.
I already had one
Yeah,
once.
I had a 2-ounce pour off of my friend's flight. He got
Right.
I don't need to have that.
It was
again.
awesome.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
wasn't
so
awesome.
good.
It was not my style. I don't like beets.
Right.
Bravest guy in the game.
My favorite is still, it was great. Do you
Yeah.
want it? No,
I
had
already
it.
had it. Yeah.
You don't get that. Honestly, that's going away. That
For
person is going away,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
I think that person's just not buying craft beer, or they're rebuying. They're only buying the things they know they like.
I think the craft beer drinkers are changing.
Yeah.
Where they will see a beer that they've had, remember it fondly, be excited about it, and want to get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we
Celebration
as
is
an
a great
industry,
example.
Made a bunch of shit for a while. Like we were burning people because we knew they wanted new things. We were just making stuff.
Yeah.
And now people were like, well, we did that, and you kind of fucked us over. So now I just want to get the thing I know I like. Which is like natural in progression
Better.
in any way. But
Yeah, and then there's still plenty of new stuff. There'll always be new stuff with beer.
Yeah.
I mean, new craft beer is about new. There is that homebrew element to it, where there's just new stuff coming out all the time, and which is cool.
And that's just also just the nature of consumer packaged goods, period, now. There's always new versions, there's new flavors, there's new collaborations. Like, just look at Oreos. You know, like, it's just...
Don't say that.
What do you mean?
Don't compare craft beer to Oreos.
Why?
Because the Oreos have, like... Because now there's, like, a gajillion types of Oreos.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
What is craft beer, dude? There's
Yeah.
a gajillion types of
less
different
forever
flavored things for a
chemicals, I'll tell you
while.
that.
There
No,
are
I know.
collaborations with things that have nothing to do with the Oreos. There's like it's
Right.
Can I tell you
it's
where
the same thing.
Can I tell you where an old trusty comes back? Just to give you a nice hug is those sweet Daisy Cutter cases at Costco. That's where I'm.
You love a good Costco
I love a
beer
good
buy.
Costco. I do. I also got that lager too. That
Kirkland?
Yeah, that Deschutes lager. It was good as hell. But
Didn't you buy a bunch of Guinness?
Guinness, yeah. Too much Guinness.
Can't afford not to.
My point, like a buck a can. It's nuts. My point is, yes, and some of these brands and
Yes,
breweries
and.
that yes,
Improv.
and,
You can use it.
if they stay alive long enough and fight the fight long enough, they end up becoming Daisy Cutter at Costco, and then you're just like so glad to see it because you don't have to deal with all the noise and bullshit. You're like, I know this beer, I know it so well, and I love it, and I can buy 24 of them right now.
I think we have to get the heck out of here. It's been a long show.
Yeah.
Very long show. But it's been a fun show. Enjoy it. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, we've had our blind tastings, we've had our red flags, all sorts of stuff.
One red flag is a podcast that's too long, so we should get going.
Yeah, we know. We don't want to go.
If I walk into the
You
tap
never go
room and they're
full
recording
Rogan.
and they're on their third hour of the podcast, that's a red flag.
Yeah, you don't want to go full Rogan.
Never go full Rogan.
It didn't work for him, and it won't work for us.
Definitely that didn't work for me.
So why don't you close us out, Mike? Can you go around the horn and talk to everyone on the way out? I've got to get ready for this.
Sure.
I'm setting up because my fade. Remember, I got to get my fade right.
Oh, right.
And I'm not
you
even
gotta-
kidding.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not.
Well, we've come to
Okay.
the end of the podcast, and now I'm going to talk to everyone.
Okay.
Rich, anything that you want to tell people about that's coming up that you guys are doing, or where they can find out more about Funkytown?
Oh man, so there's a lot to say. We're looking forward to like a really exciting 2026. It's almost like we had to step away from what we love for a little bit, like running the business and trying to raise money so we can take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
But next year we'll be able to get back into creative, new releases, new collaborations, and just like focusing more on the community. And that's what I'm really excited about, just getting back to beer and not like spreadsheets. And,
They never go away, but
Good
hopefully
luck.
you can minimize
Good
the screen.
luck.
So
And where can people find Funkytown?
we're in. You can catch us at the Bears game. We're 5-3.
Awesome.
We're at United Center.
Are you at Soldier Field?
Yeah, we're at Soldier
awesome.
Field. We're at the United Center. Whole Foods and Benny's are our main accounts, and a bunch of independent spots as well. So
Nice.
We're out here in Chicago.
We out here. You're like our boy.
Our boy Eric.
He's out here.
What up? It's your boy. Rob, what do you want the people to know about Supermoon? Where can they find you?
In about 45 days, Supermoon will be in Chicago proper. Yeah. Looking forward to that. And then, otherwise, you got to come up to Milwaukee, see us at our tap room.
You can get one draft beer at our tap room.
Yeah, and one draft beer at Was Sensitive King triple at the moment. And then like kind of a little shout out for our buds from the area. Solemn Oath are moving in next door to us in Bayview.
Wow.
Opening up in 2026, and we're throwing them kind of a full takeover pop up on December 18th. It's a Thursday night, so we're giving Solemn Oath 9 draft lines at Supermoon. And we're going to throw a big party and welcome them to the neighborhood. So,
But after that, it's pure competition.
Yeah, it's gonna get ugly
Cutthroat.
after that. Yeah, real gnarly. But December 18th, it's all love. So
Yeah. There's a bar opening up next door to me, and to celebrate that, they're all going to come here, and all my money is going to go to them. But after that, we'll be in trouble. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like,
I'm just saying. I would never
What's the
do
bar?
that.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to go there.
Oh, I get it. I get it now.
I'm joking.
Camaraderie and whatnot. you
No,
know?
I know. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Well, thank you to Rich and Rob for coming on, and thanks to Fred for picking out some tasty treats for us to have. Thanks to you, Mike, for running through the outline.
I did my best. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to you for producing.
Yes. Speaking of which, I am going to hand it over to you because I'm going to nail this one, but I seriously can't do two things at once. So,
Okay.
and I always mess it up here. But what do
Not
we
today.
have? What do we have on the next show? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Who knows?
Also, I do want to say that we do have a couple lost episodes. We're trying to fix it. I know there was a big stretch of time where we haven't had shows because we've had not one but two lost episodes that we're trying to recover.
Actually,
We'll
we had
see.
10 lost episodes, right?
Honestly, there's two. There might be three.
There's two.
There might be. I think there was only two.
We're not recording next week.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have a lost episode or two.
Yeah, unless you want to record something without me.
I'm also going
I'm going to see Tortoise next Tuesday.
up to Green Bay with Serge.
Yeah, you
next
should
Monday.
record a pod in the stadium.
Oh, with that blabbermouth?
Yeah, get to
Surge?
Uh-huh.
He never shuts up.
He doesn't stop talking.
Yes.
Always fading, always talking.
Always fading, always talking.
Yeah, that's what they say about him.
UID.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. UID, always fading, always talking.
Remember this is what we wanted. Remember this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again. Remember this is what we wanted. Remember this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again. Remember this is what we wanted. Remember this is what we said. To never be heard or seen from again.